Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Toby. Welcome to the podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm going to give a big shout out to my day ones for the past 6 years, my subscribers, my listeners. I appreciate people who talk about this podcast, who share this podcast, who support this podcast, who write reviews for this podcast. Really appreciate all your support. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been giving it away for free. So many people ask me why I don't film it, why I don't monetize on YouTube, why don't I charge people for it on Patreon? And their answer is because I don't want to. I love these conversations in my kitchen. I love the honesty. I love that people want to come back for 2 or 3 episodes, the reoccurring guests that I have all the time. I love it. No lights, no cameras. I myself do not like going on podcasts that are being filmed and have lights. I've done it a couple times. I'll probably never do it again. I don't feel like myself in those situations. So I want all my guests to be as comfortable as possible. I do have sponsors. The sponsors keep my shit going. They keep it alive. But I will never interrupt a conversation with an ad in the middle of it. People do that all the time, and I will never interrupt the flow of a conversation. So don't worry about that. But I do have amazing sponsors who I align myself with, who the products that I use on a daily basis. I've turned down so much money for sponsors that want to be part of this podcast with companies I've never tried or didn't align with. I'm very picky about who I have on my sponsors and have on this podcast. That being said, check out the sponsors. Joe, cue up the music. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collabs drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. We have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy, Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Oates, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor of my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just store a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies. And one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth. All right, welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Very, very special guest here. One of the main reasons why this podcast exists, Mr. Jamey Jasta, thank you for being here in my kitchen. Appreciate
thank you, my friend. Good to see you.
You too. And you just noticed I had the focus right. You sent me when I was talking to you 6 years ago about starting this podcast.
Yeah, I'm so glad it still works.
Dude, it's amazing. It's solid. You sent me that. I appreciate it.
Anytime, man. I appreciate you doing the podcast because I always was saying it's gonna be a game changer for everybody. We saw what it did in comedy.
Yeah.
And now we're still reaping the benefits.
It's crazy, bro. And you were kind of like one of the first ones from kind of our scene to start a podcast, I would say, back then.
Yeah. There was others. I mean, I always give credit to the radio people too.
Yeah.
Because without like the Jose Mangans and the Eddie Trunks and and the Full Metal Jackies, they were kind of like the OG. It was podcasting, but it's just in a shorter form, right?
Yeah.
Same with you could even give credit, I think, to a little bit of credit to the late night talk show hosts,
sure,
and the fanzines too, right? Like, imagine if remember when we had the little recorders?
Yeah.
Imagine if we had the ability to actually publish those way back when.
That'd be crazy, dude.
The college radio people did, right? Remember they would go back and they would I don't know what they would do. They would transfer it to another cassette.
Yeah. But from our scene particularly, you were the one, I would say, from the hardcore scene.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And you were on episode 40 of this podcast. Was a phone call. No, we did the hotel. It's crazy, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm like 340 episodes. It's crazy, man. What year did your podcast start?
Congrats, man.
Thank
300. Dude, anything getting like to 100 is amazing. So now you're at what we call cruising altitude.
Okay.
But see, what is great about yours is that you maintained a level of consistency because you're not producing records, putting on festivals.
My main focus.
Yeah. And that is key. The consistency is key. I can always bounce back when I get a big guest or if I get on a roll, but it's really hard with the grind of touring, the grind of promoting shows and festivals and acquiring new IP.
Yeah, man. And balancing it all. It's hard,
and the label too. But
you do a lot.
Yeah, I do too much. I'm actually going to try to scale down. But I started it. See, here's the thing. I don't remember. I think it was 2014 or 2013.
Okay.
I'm not totally sure. And I always fuck this up. And then people are like, how do you not know? But I was telling you before we started recording, I don't think of time like that. I'm really bad with, I don't know if they call it time blindness or if they call it, I don't know what they call it. And I don't really care what they call it because it's you know what I mean? It's all just.
You just thought you were 48, but now you realize you're 47.
How funny is that? And
it's fucking crazy, bro.
Wayne, shout out to Wayne. He told me I was 47 and not 48. I never been so happy. He gave me a year of my life back.
You don't even look at your passport and notice any of that shit. Yeah.
Never.
Wild, man.
Yeah. And listen, I know that upsets people a lot, especially people who are really clingy to the nostalgia and to the past. And so it's provided me that type of criticism and that type of discussion has provided me a way of revisiting areas of time and seeing what they enjoy about it. And what they love about it, about those memories and stuff. And everybody's memory is so wildly different.
Absolutely.
That it's interesting for me now where now I'm open to all that. Like, oh yeah, let's do the anniversary tour. Let's do the revisit the album podcast and listen to it and things like that. I never thought there was value in that. I always thought that was impeding on what you were going to do today.
Totally.
And I'm like, I wrote songs like This Is Now and all these songs about being in the now and appreciating the now and being grateful for the now. But you find that people get really bummed if you don't, I guess, appreciate what they appreciate in the nostalgia that they love.
The records that they love, the first, all that stuff, man. The first 7-inch, all that stuff. Not they live in the past, but they love like maybe the roots of it. I know what you're saying, though. But it's also hard for a band to play the same songs over and over again. You always want to create new music. It's so hard to play new songs in this day and age. Like try to introduce a new song because it's like that's always been a weird thing being in the band, making new stuff and trying to move forward. You know. But
I realize that also there is a quality to that where if you and I were going to sit here and have a conversation, like does Gorilla, like especially about those types of bands and those records, does Gorilla Biscuits really need a second album? No,
dude. Judge, no.
And what would the people do? What would they have done with that second album. They would have just shit on it anyways.
Yeah, man, it's
right?
a really good point.
So and I'm not trying to take away, like, I'm just not in that type of thinking. And I always said to you, dude, why you should be doing a record a year.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Why not? Because I know Rusty's got the ideas. I know you got the ideas.
Yeah.
I know Todd has the ideas. Adam,
It's true.
even Max, you probably get him.
Yeah, we're about to do
riffs.
something new with Matt Henderson and my brother and Max soon. Yeah, this year.
Great.
It's been 10 years, bro. Fuck.
But there's a beauty. Like, think about this. Look at Cro-Mags. There are people that don't even acknowledge Best Wishes.
It's true.
And they're like, nope, it's a one record band. So they don't even, and I like, bro, you put on See the Signs? Yo, that's hard.
My wife loves that album, Best Wishes, man. Yeah, she loves it.
See the Signs, I think, is even on, I think it's on Alpha Omega. It's on a later record, but people don't even acknowledge those records, right?
Yeah.
Like the collective consciousness
It's interesting.
of a certain era or a certain age hardcore fan. They don't even think to consider that. I remember all those records being in the dollar bin, the tapes for $1.
Wow.
You know, like
those,
I don't know what you would call it now, like the post, like whatever like Mind Funk and all those.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the, when everybody went funk metal and all that.
Uniform Choice. Wow.
And you would walk up to the counter and the kid at the counter would be like, don't do it, bro. Right? Like Grave New, or Discharge,
everybody had those
Celtic
records,
Frost, Cold Lake. We talked about this a lot on my podcast, where that nostalgia is so strong with those people who are getting into that stuff then.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of got to consider it. You kind of got to give them some credit and go, well, they must be on to something. But at the same time, can you find value in a later? I do. If I'm a real fan, I find value in the later records.
Yeah, me too. I'm still listening to new music and hoping bands put new records out and checking out all the new stuff coming out. But yeah, I know what you're saying. But some people, they don't need to. Like Gorilla Biscuits, great point, Judge. They don't need to. They still freaking kill it, dude. Youth of Today, Shelter, still playing. Even Sick of It All, like they have so many records out, but people, they have so many records. Other bands that tour. Terror still making records. Awesome.
And the thing about
that's inspiring. Terror is so inspiring.
Yeah. Terror is one of the most prolific. They're the best. I think Terror is probably the best hardcore band of all time.
Yeah.
Like if you because really if you looked at that one that the kids thumbed their nose up at, they bounced back so quickly from that because they knew this is how you get past the valley, right? Like there's peaks and valleys in the game. And I think it was called The Damned, The Shame. That's probably like the one that the kids kind of thought, oh, they went too metal or whatever. I remember people saying that to me and I'm thinking, but then that's, in hindsight, there's probably jams that they play off that now that the kids love now.
Totally. And that's probably a lot of kids' first time ever hearing Terror, and they're fans since then.
Right, and then they come back with Keepers of the Faith, I think was the next one, which was a game changer. And that's late in the game for them.
It is late in the game. And they still tour so hard, and Scott just lives and breathes it, man. He's the definition of it, man. I would say if there was a human being to represent it, it's him, dude.
Yeah.
And he loves it, dude.
And I
appreciate him so much.
Me too, because we need people like that break out of that thinking. Not that there's anything wrong with the nostalgic thinking, but we only need one album, or we only like this one album by the band. You have to, somebody had to shatter that ceiling.
Yeah.
And multiple bands did, but did they do it really well? I think Ignite with Darkest Days.
Yeah.
That's a classic. That's banger start to finish.
Yeah.
Terror. But even smaller bands, there's a lot of smaller bands that are putting out great material. And if you look at the thrash scene, all those bands have put out amazing records.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 amazing records deep into their career.
Yeah. I would say Napalm Death too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Still putting out bangers, still touring hard,
and creative bangers. Like bangers where you go, whoa, this is like Swans meets Converge meets they have old influences and new influences.
Yeah,
for sure.
Some people just have that drive and that passion to do that, like you, and they're making new music and touring and then some people just maybe they got all out of the system and they have nothing else to talk about or sing about and they're just content where they're at. I don't know. Some people, it's all different,
Well, with hardcore and punk, we're always told that we're not musicians.
Totally.
And I thought that was so funny to me because I'm thinking, I got I don't know what you call it, the channel or the connection.
Yeah.
I don't have it all the time, but when I do have it, it's like putting a piece of a puzzle together, and it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that hook, or you get that riff idea, or you get that beat that you're like, yo, what if we do that? And you start doing the beat on your chest. And you're like, and okay, yeah, you could say I'm not a trained musician, but it's flowing and it's been life-changing.
So for 30 years, dude.
What would you rather, right?
Yeah.
But I think you just have to keep crashing through those ceilings, because like we were saying earlier, there's nothing wrong with being a Judge or a Gorilla Biscuits, because that's all you need. Like, all you need is one. Even if you look at like the 90s and the early 2000s pop artists, they're doing huge casino shows with like one hit. Even like the Gap soundtrack bands and shit. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like Vertical Horizon and The Calling. Remember the Gap?
Yeah.
They had like my girlfriend worked at the Gap at the time, so every time I went in there, it was like, oh my God, this fucking song again. But then if you go to the casino and you hear them playing that song, the place is packed.
Yeah. My friend Sugar Ray, man, they stay busy flying every weekend, playing shows around the whole world. They have a couple big songs.
Yeah, they got 3, I think, legit. Like, they're not, I wouldn't call them a one-hit
No.
wonder, but in hardcore and
But it's
punk,
the one record, though, yeah.
You know, in hardcore and punk, people would say, well, this is not a hit. And they're like, well, not a hit to who? Like, that's saying, like, God Save the Queen ain't a hit.
Yeah.
Or you know, any one of those songs on Minor Threat, those aren't hits.
Bro, dude.
They're hits, but they're just not, they weren't commercially viable at the time because suits were dumb, to be honest, right? Like Ramones, every song is a hit.
Every song's a hit, dude.
Even Brain Drain.
I mean, to us, they're massive hits. You know what I mean?
Dude, go listen to Pet Sematary. Is that not a fucking hit?
It is a hit, dude. How do you tell people, like, because you're like a normal dude, you go back home, you live, you're a dad, you're domestic, you're probably a handyman, you know, you have properties. Like, how do you tell civilians, like, what you do for a living? They ask you the name of your band, or like, what do you do? It's so weird to try to tell people, like, what we do, even if it's like, it's still a very subculture world compared to how big people think it really is, hardcore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, I sing in a band called Hatebreed. I'm in a hardcore band. It's just so weird when you're adult talking to people in society.
Yeah, it's wild.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's interesting.
What do you do? I'm a musician. Oh, this is my band. Like, we're not as, I always say it's like something in the airplane. We're not as poppy as Green Day. We're not as hard as Metallica. We're somewhere between that or something. I don't know. Make it up. I don't know. Because you say the word hardcore and people like, they still don't even understand it.
They don't. And the worst is when they got to YouTube it right in front of you.
Yes. One of your videos or come back to show you your seat. Oh, I found your band. It's like, oh, great.
And they can't believe it. They're like, this has 30 million views. And you're like, so in that world, that's big, right? I guess in our world, that's big too.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not like you're saying, like Green Day or Metallica big. But it's interesting because it's
big to us, but not to the real world and society. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
well, until they see an example, like my mother was telling one of her friends recently, or someone she knew, and then they called her right back, and they were like, "You didn't tell me, like, this is like legit and big. Like, they're like, this is legit.
Yeah.
Like, they're like huge." And she was like, "Yeah, I was trying to tell you because they'll say to my mother, or they'll say to my daughter even, like, oh, do they play at, you know, the little pub or whatever?" And she'll be like, "No, they just headlined the Oakdale, or they played with, you know, whatever band at the casino or at the arena."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh."
Because it's not on the radio. It's like, not, you really can't see it, you know?
But when we started, aside from maybe Murphy's Law playing with Beastie Boys in the arena, I give Murphy's Law, and there's a couple bands in that time that you could say were the first, like, arena core, just based off of support slots.
Totally.
Right. They're one of them.
Chromax or Motorhead, probably?
Yeah, but I don't know
how big that was, but
it was pretty big. It was big theaters, maybe some small arenas, like hockey arenas.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are two good examples. And now we have tons of examples. I mean,
crazy, dude.
When we did it in '99 with Slipknot on that, you know, landmark record for them, that was mind-blowing because we were trying to get DIY shows in all of those towns, and the promoters, like I would call the people in Maximum Rock and Roll, Book Your Own Life.
Yeah.
And they were so snobby and rude, and it was either you were too metal for the hardcore and the punk and the crust punk, or you were too hardcore, or back then, I don't know if
they judged you by your name of your band.
Right. But also, like, back then, I don't know if we can say it, but the wigger thing was a real thing. Like, they used to, especially in the metal scene and the death metal scene, they didn't want bands like us to play with the traditional metal or the death metal or the black metal. So we were in a weird lane, and that's why Slipknot was a game changer and was they completely changed the culture because they liked Snapcase, they liked Hatebreed, they liked Earth Crisis, they liked Integrity, they liked H2O, but they played this wild fusion of all this
crazy, man.
And then they broke through the ceiling. So then it was like, okay, Fargo, North Dakota, these shitty like crust punk dudes that didn't want to book us. It's like, well, fuck you. We're playing the arena with Slipknot like 3 months later.
Yeah. Fuck. Also, I want to talk about Hatebreed too. Is like people always talk about like the blueprint or what hardcore is. I always considered, and I still consider Hatebreed a hardcore band because you are a hardcore kid. You used to put on the shows, Josh 13, all that stuff. Like we played shows for you at like skate parks and stuff. Just the word hardcore. It's like throughout all these years, like what the definition is. There's no blueprint to it. I feel like it's a spirit. It's how you live your life. It's what you sing about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's not like one look or style. Do you consider Hatebreed a hardcore band?
Sure. Yeah. It's whatever people
I hate the genre thing too, but
I get it because look, it's whatever people want to call it. They're
DRI's a hardcore band to me.
Oh yeah.
And they were like crossover. People thought they were too metal.
And remember when people got so butthurt at those records? And go listen to those records now. They're great. They're hard.
Like 40 songs, like 20 minutes or something.
Dude, you put on a Abduction, I'll smash this whole place up. You'll be like, Moon will come out. She'll be like, what are you doing? I'll mosh the whole kitchen. No, Abduction, think about what they were saying then. They were talking about the child trafficking then.
Yeah.
They were ahead of their time.
Damn.
But you missed a whole, I think, era of arguing about this shit that I saw because I hosted all those like Kerrang award shows and metal. I mean, there was a whole time where people were arguing and they were so mad that bands like Bring Me the Horizon and Asking Alexandria and Bullet for My Valentine, I mean, they were being called, hardcore, metalcore, whatever, post-hardcore. So people were so mad then. And now they're doing it now again. They do it every few years. Like now they're mad doing it with Kublai Khan and Knocked Loose, and people are like, this is like deathcore, this is death metal, it's not hardcore. And then the death metal people are like, this is not true death metal. And I'm like, why is everybody arguing so much about
But it's the same
shit?
thing about hip hop too. We grew up on hip hop as well, and that the stuff my son plays to me, it's like it's not the style and the boom bap style that I grew up on, but I know it's hip hop 2025 and things change and they grow. You know what I'm saying? So like I have no place to judge the hip hop nor the hardcore. Knocked Loose is a hardcore band to me. And what the punkest thing I ever saw was them on Jimmy Kimmel, where there was a fucking mosh pit and people started calling into Jimmy Kimmel and asking him to apologize because they were shocked by the music and the dancing. That's so fucking punk. In 2025, dude.
Yeah.
That was incredible. Like all like the blowback from that made it even fucking cooler, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That was sick. Kids like windmilling on fucking TV. Bro, it's crazy. That's punk to me, dude.
I know. And that was the reason why our video got banned from MTV. They didn't want to show that. They didn't want to show that dancing.
That's right.
And you know what's so crazy is that we're referencing all these ceilings that you have to break through because suits. It really comes down to the suits. The suits. Mm-hmm. The suits ruined everything. They ruined everything of hip hop back then. They really, I think they really hurt the careers of some of the best artists. Like they actively, I feel, went and hurt, artists like Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, De La Soul. Because why? Because they needed to push what they felt was an easier sell or was an artist they could make more money off of, or maybe get into a longer contract, or a 360 type of deal. Like anytime you see these artists, we don't have to go full tinfoil hat, but anytime you see these artists that are being pushed extremely hard and you're like, this is not organic, normal type of push, it's usually those artists that have a 360 deal. And how
maybe like a Drake, maybe?
Yes. But even then, as soon as he starts to not play ball, what happens?
I know, it's crazy, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and we don't have to get into that, but how it relates to Hatebreed and what we were doing was they wanted our culture, they wanted the style but they didn't want it with our name and our packaging, right?
Yeah.
Especially because I wasn't willing to play ball with all the silly stuff, and neither were the other guys. Like, we weren't gonna dress up in weird outfits, and we weren't gonna do any of that silly shit that they made other bands do. But and we weren't gonna give them merch. We weren't gonna give them a lot of shit that other bands had to do.
Yeah.
But particularly with Mark Webb, and shout out to Mark Webb. He's had an amazing career. He directed Spider-Man. He just directed some huge movie on Netflix. He went on and did that video with AFI. I'm sure we probably talked about it last time.
Oh, yeah.
And they made the kids mosh to Hatebreed, but then they put the moshing in the AFI video set to the AFI music, and that's how it gets through. So
that's crazy, dude. That's right.
And that was part of the reason why I took the job at Headbangers Ball, because, shout out to Madball, infiltrate the system. If you can't beat them, join them. Because I thought, all right, if they're going to pass on a big budget video directed by the director that, worked with all these huge artists like Green Day and NSYNC at the time, then I knew I was fucked and the system was completely against me. And when I took that job and I saw how they would take the videos and which videos would go, say, to like TRL, which videos would go to Headbangers, or even sometimes regular. Like, this was back when they had regular MTV and regular MTV2. And it was a great learning experience because I thought, oh, well, they're helping me with the blueprint of how to make this extend over like 20, 30 year period. Yeah. Just by not making the same mistakes these other artists made, because it might have been good in the short term. Yeah. But then, do you get a second major label album? Luckily with us, we kind of got 3 major. If you count Supremacy going through Roadrunner and then self-titled going through Koch, which is now E1, which is now Monarch, right? Which was basically a major if you look at it back then.
So is Victory's no more, correct?
I don't know. I think they changed their name. I think they bought podcast ads at one point with their new.
Oh, with you?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
With my old producer.
Wow.
Because I remember reading the ad read and thinking, well, hey, I wonder if they paid, though. I wonder if I should check and see if we actually got paid.
Because if they sold that label, that's when it happens to like your record. I'm looking into trying to get the rights back to one of our records that's like almost 30 years old, and how that works, and talking to Matt Pincus about it from Judge. That's what he does.
Oh, right on.
It's interesting. Like getting your masters back someday after 30 years or 25 years.
Yeah, you should.
It's so cool to own something,
Well, you can always license it.
True.
And we just did that for the Perseverance album because they never put it out on vinyl.
Wow.
And that's the thing with the suits. I don't want to be there are some cool suits.
Mike Gitter. Not a suit.
Not a suit.
One of us.
Maybe he used to be a suit. He was more suit-ish.
But comes from the core, dude. Like comes
right.
from, yeah.
Right. And listen, Mike.
It's still in the game too, bro.
I got to give Mike a big shout out because first year back actually, he might have come both years, but one of the years with Milwaukee Metal Fest, it was such a major undertaking and I was so stressed bringing the festival back and trying to keep the artists happy, but then also just have fun and enjoy the bands. And I would just see Mike across the room loving bands and smiling and talking with other bands. And it literally changed my entire outlook of the fest. You ever lock on to someone's energy?
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, thank God Gitter was there because he really made me appreciate it in the moment because he's so into
He loves music so much, dude. Yeah. I seen him at 3 shows last week, dude. Like, he's a little bit older than me. He's at every show. It's like 3 shows a night, dude. It's amazing.
I know.
He just loves the music, man. He's like a real one, like a real legit.
Music is like his kids.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And I hit him up recently because the guy from SSD, Al, passed away.
Yes.
Rest in peace,
Al. Yes.
And
they were close.
Yes. And one of those songs, so hard, so good, and it's like 3 words, glue.
Yeah, oh yeah,
like glue.
Gotta stick together.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah. So you hit him up about it?
Yeah. Yeah, just to
Damn.
say sorry, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Because I guess he was really sick.
Yeah, he was. Dude, the Milwaukee Metal Fest, I was just talking about the Barney last week. I was there in 1991 with Sick of It All, Sepultura, Sacred Reich, and Napalm Death, and with DSI, and it was just like such a crazy experience being there, like as a hardcore kid with Sick of It All into this whole metal world. But it was a really great memory being there, man.
Well, that's
91.
why that was why I want to do the podcast with you.
Yeah,
because I want you in the documentary.
that'd be awesome.
I always have a pitch.
We got footage of it. We got footage of us there and all kinds of stuff.
I know.
Richie Cipriano from Sick of It All has it all.
Great. Okay, because this is what I heard, and I'm working on the documentary now.
It might be the story. Go ahead, tell me the story you heard.
Well, I heard multiple stories, but no spoilers. I want to save it. I want to save it for the documentary, but I really want to know if any of your listeners have similar stories, or if they ever went to the original fest, and if any of them want to be in the documentary, because I'm working with multiple filmmakers, and we're about to drop a short trailer, and we're going to start a Kickstarter.
Okay.
Because what I've done with my label is every release is basically fan funded through our website, martyrstore.net. And they get their name in the thanks list, or they can be an executive producer. And I did this on Jasta Lost Chapters. We've done this on some Crowbar records, Corpse Grinder, his solo debut. We just did it with Keith from Every Time I Die, his new band Many Eyes. I executive produced and put out, and the record is amazing, and it's so cool for the fans to be immortalized in
that's awesome.
album and the vinyl. And we want to do the same thing with this Milwaukee Metal Fest documentary, where your names will be in the credits, but then also we'll do like a limited run of Blu-ray, DVDs.
Blu-ray, oh shit.
And we'll do a really cool soundtrack, because like you're saying before with the masters and stuff, we can either do re-records, or some of the bands that were part of the original fest are getting some of those records back, and we can license them, hopefully not have to pay these huge checks to the suits for the master license. But yeah, I would love feedback from your listeners about just what Kickstarter campaigns they've supported, and who had the best, I guess, perks, or who delivered on the goods. Because I want to under-promise and over-deliver, like we have with some of the Perseverance Media releases. And now I'm thinking about re-releasing stuff in conjunction with this as well, because I feel like some of the bands that played the early fest and the bands that played now could all go on the soundtrack, and could be featured. And this could be, if we do get this documentary on like an Amazon Prime or a Netflix, similar to how other filmmakers have, like look at Drew Stone. Like, he's my inspiration, because he's
killing it, dude.
He's so detail oriented, and he's so good with pre-production, and his films have such a great flow. He's basically like my blueprint for this. Like, just copy a successful person like Drew, who's not only got it onto the big platforms, but knows the ins and outs of how to get the music. But I also don't want to be like, I want this to be DIY and fan funded, where the fans can then say, we made this happen. Because it was a pilgrimage for so many of us, and so many of us have the most insane stories
for sure
from this festival.
What year did it start back then? Was that around the first 91? I was there, so it just started then, maybe?
Yeah, well, it started before that, and there was a couple different names. Like, there was Metal Mania, or just Milwaukee Metal Fest, or whatever. But yeah, it's that we'll go through the history of that, and we have great footage, interviews with Jack and people from the original fest that we're editing together now for the trailer. Can you bring back like a DSI or something? Yes, we did. We did. Okay. Yeah, we brought back already. So how crazy?
Biohazard played already too. I saw that.
That was the first show back with the OG lineup, and they played with Dark Angel.
Saw that
with Hoagland, with Gene Hoagland. Shout out to Gene. Like, it's not Milwaukee Metal Fest without Scott Ian, Gene Hoagland. Yeah, definitely Glenn Benton, David Vincent. We had I Am Morbid is like the other version of Morbid Angel. But so many. Like, this year we have Exodus,
Speed.
For the new bands. I was like, yo, do people even know Speed is playing? This thing is going to be legendary.
Bro, I saw him the other night, dude. It was insane, bro.
They played Coachella.
Yeah, I'm going to see him tomorrow at Coachella.
So
I saw him at Roxy the other night. It was insane, bro.
Wow, they played the Roxy?
Sold out really quick.
I was going to say, that seems small for them.
I love those kids. I had them on the pod. Super posy, killing it. So grateful for everything that's happening to them. Fucking Australia is bigger than ever for hardcore.
We were just there.
I just remember Toe to Toe back then, some of those bands, Living Witness and those bands, but it's coming out of the pandemic, man. It just exploded, dude. It's crazy,
great,
bro.
It's great.
So that's cool they're playing that. Yeah, it's sick.
Coachella, I feel, shout out to Bill Fold. That stuff doesn't happen without Bill Fold,
Misfits, right? Scowl was on there. Fucking, so we got Speed. Yeah, dude.
I talked to him years ago, and I was like,
he's a hardcore kid, too.
I know. He's got a Betrayed by Life tattoo on his neck. I said something, about Hatebreed playing, and he's like, I don't know if it would work. I don't know if it would fit. But I feel like that conversation then was led to even bands like Motorhead being booked and stuff like that. Because you get to a point where it would work.
Misfits too, man. That was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I'm giving myself too much credit. I like to occasionally give myself a little pat on the back. So shout out to Fold.
That tent they're playing in too, it's really cool. I don't think there's a barricade. I'll find out tomorrow, but it looks really sick in this little tent they're playing, dude.
Yeah. No, Speed did it. I saw the footage. It was wild.
Crazy, man. Scowl's killing it. There's just so many hardcore bands killing it, dude.
And you know what's funny too is when I see the backlash now in response to this stuff, it's like it's the same stuff we all went through.
Totally.
Like when you
major labels, all that shit, dude.
And
sellouts, fucking stupid shit.
But these kids are more emotionally prepared for it because they've dealt with the online criticism.
Yeah.
Like I remember
it was new to all of us back then, dude.
Yes. And I remember how it hurt you, like especially with the MCA deal and stuff.
Dude, yeah.
But
now people love that record, bro. It's some of his favorite albums.
Right.
Crazy.
Because they discovered you on that.
That's what I'm saying. Justice, like, yo, it's my favorite album. I'm like, really, dude? Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yes.
That's a record I fucking didn't even like, but now I've grown to love it because I see the love for it and I appreciate it more. I don't know. It's weird. But back then it was just like, it seemed so bigger than it was, like the backlash, and then we still had fine shit. Nobody was going to say anything to your face, but internet's so crazy. When the message boards started coming in back then, I was like, fuck, I hate this shit, dude.
Yeah, but but music is actually magic. Like it's legit magic. So anybody who wants to say anything against it, you're just fighting magic. Like you're not going to win.
True.
And think about this. I took meetings. Like I took a meeting where one time I was probably 17 or 18 years old, maybe a little bit, maybe 19. Cause again, I'm not good with the time, but Brain Drain was out and Pet Sematary was in the credits of the film. Like it's in the movie.
Yeah.
And the guy is telling me, well, this didn't even SoundScan 30,000 records. So then I went home, I called a friend of mine and I go, what did Sick of It All SoundScan? And at the time it was about 20,000 or 25,000, which was huge.
Which album? Scratch Service? Or
that might have actually SoundScanned a little bit more.
I think more, yeah.
And then I said, okay, well, what? And I started, using other bands as references. And they said, you'll never, like that was viewed as a flop to have the song in the movie and to have only scanned X amount of records at the time. Like Brain Drain was viewed as a flop. And I was like, this record's amazing. It sounds so good. And the punk rockers thought it was overproduced, too polished.
Yeah.
And same thing with like Quickness. Think about that. They were metal. Bad Range went metal.
I love that album so much, dude.
It's so good.
It's so good.
You really can't believe when people talk about something that's magical. That if you heard that shit right now, just the intro to Soulcraft.
Yeah, but
your hair. He's doing the mouth riff.
And I loved how Akio kind of did the same thing with End It on one of their songs. He did the same beginning with a mouth thing. You know that?
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I love a good mouth riff.
Dude, it's crazy. That was such a great record. That's one of my favorite Bad Brains records, to be honest.
But I knew in my heart of hearts, I've never known something like when you just know something?
Yeah.
I knew that when I would take these meetings or when the labels would pass on us, I knew they had no fucking clue. Like they were never impressed. Like the people that passed on us, they were never like impressive, smart people that were super informed about what music made people feel. It was always widgets and numbers. And so when Satisfaction was like 200,000, 250,000, back on the Billboard charts, 300,000 SoundScan.
You ever go record for that?
No, but
It's got to be gold by now.
Well, and I don't think so. But I think the early days of Napster and all that stuff ruined it. It definitely ruined it for Perseverance, because it got leaked like months before it came out. And that was a whole thing back then. Remember, it was like people took joy in hurting the bands that were trying to, be successful. But you cannot,
crazy thing.
You cannot internalize that stuff. You cannot, you cannot interact with it in that way where it deters you from what you know. Like when you get the riff, and the vocal locks in, and you can picture the audience singing it back to you. None of that stuff matters.
It doesn't matter.
And then someone comes up with the lyrics tattooed on you, and they go, "This is my jam. I've listened to this 1,000 times in a row.
Yeah,
I got out of a bad relationship. I quit my job. I quit drinking. I lost 400 pounds." Like people come up, and they go, "I lost 400." You go, "This shit's magic."
Yeah, man.
So
did you ever let bad reviews or like internet shit bother you?
Not really, because
ever.
Not really, because
I love that.
It's a couple times when it was people I knew or people I was super cool with or I thought were more again knowledgeable of not just what we want out of our music and our message, but what the collective consciousness of whatever you want to call it, whatever scene because the music is going to find the ears and the eyes it was meant to find.
Absolutely.
And it might not be now. It might be like Refused years later.
Crazy.
Or
bro.
like At the Gates where they're just gone and they created a whole scene.
Yeah.
So I tell bands now, like, bro, you don't know. This shit could change.
Yeah.
Like, look what Hard Lore has done for a bunch of bands that maybe a couple years ago you would say were obscure.
Yeah, I love that podcast. I love those kids. Love that podcast, man.
Like because those were the ears and eyes that music needed to find.
Yeah.
And then once someone amplifies that,
it's cool seeing Marauder and Bulldoze and all these bands getting so much praise.
Right. Those are great examples.
It's in the top with so many of these new young kids. It's like, I'm like, holy shit. It's pretty awesome, man.
Right. So the Suits not thinking that stuff was marketable or viable is just a lie, right?
Yeah.
They were just lying to themselves. And so, but again, it's like, it kind of has to just find its way on its own, I think sometimes, because if you push, like what you resist will persist. And I think maybe that's part of the balance and the flow of it is like, maybe we need the Suits in a weird way to resist it.
Yeah.
Like those people you were talking about that didn't like Knocked Loose on TV.
Yeah.
Like maybe we need them because in a way it amplifies it and then it's high tide raises all ships.
It makes it awesome. Yeah. It's crazy thing about like, I just saw Papa Roach. I sang on the record recently, actually. I sang on their cool song a couple weeks ago. Colin, the drummer from Linkin Park, produced it at his house. And it was this cool experience. I haven't sang on a record in years. I went to their show at the Forum and Jacoby's telling me they never headlined something this big in their career. 25 years later from the first album coming out. They always opened for Limp Bizkit and different bands. And then one of their songs went viral on TikTok from their second album. It's like a ballad. So when they played that song, the whole entire arena had their phones up singing this fucking song from their second album from like 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And when he said first time seeing this, almost the whole entire Forum all put their hands up. It was fucking crazy, bro.
Crazy.
I was so happy for them though, man.
Me
Such
too.
a good kid, dude. Like fucking just like loves it, lives it. It's been doing it forever. Like the highs, the lows of his career, and like now they're having this beautiful moment, dude.
It's amazing. They're one of my favorite examples of the right thing to do as a career band, to just keep pushing forward, trying new things. They were
always trying new things, dude.
Always,
yeah.
And they were the first to do those collaborative, like Spotify type of features where you do a collab and then it shows up on both pages on the Spotify. Like they've done some real ingenious, cool things to keep them
with
ingratiated.
The times they're going with it. Yeah.
And listen, I knew Johnny Vodka. Johnny Vodka's dead. He's now Jacoby Shaddix. Kobe Dick if you're nasty.
Yeah.
But Johnny Vodka, I knew that guy. And I toured with that guy.
Yeah.
And, hey, bottle of Grey Goose is gone, and then all of a sudden he's loading the truck by himself.
Damn.
And he's, having a fireworks war with us, and people are getting singed and hair's getting burned, and people lucky they didn't lose eyes. So I love to see a dude like that win, especially because they were one of the first when the suits turned, and like when that Timberland record and everybody and the kids turned. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Like these kids, you loved them a year ago. Now you're going to do them dirty. Yeah. But I learned from that. Mm-hmm. And I took that in and I go, okay, now you got to make moves like, and when he came out somewhere on Twitter, I don't know, in an interview, and he was like, Hatebreed's like the AC/DC of hardcore, metallic, hardcore, whatever, metalcore. And I really appreciated that because that was kind of like the blueprint of, the consistency.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up the recipe.
Yeah.
Because we saw it, right? Like
totally.
We saw it with other bands and how quickly it turned.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
How
fickle people are too. Yeah. It's crazy because now he's like running. He's like the best shape of his life. He's like crazy, just like you, man. When you went sober, you're running. How long have you been sober for now?
Well, I don't like to say sober.
Okay. California sober or no?
Well, no, because look, if I go to Amsterdam and say I open the fridge and I eat some brownies by accident, and then I'm like, what the fuck happened? Which has happened multiple times. Or if it's like these Slayer shows coming up. There's 2 Slayer shows.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to anybody. Listen, don't look to me for any sort of sobriety from all things type of advice, because I still will food rage. Like I don't watch porn. Like that's the dark. Like I don't fuck with like the dark arts. Like booze and porn are the big ones. Those are the dark arts.
Okay.
Stay away. Those I can warn you about.
Yeah.
But when I get to those 2 Slayer shows in July, if Tom passes me a joint,
sure.
Or like if you said, hey, today, like if you said, hey, a guest canceled on Be Real show, will you go over there?
Yeah.
I might have to make a hard decision, bro. Yeah. I might, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's the thing with pot, and I'm not currently, I haven't touched booze. Like I'll never touch booze again.
How long has that been?
19 years, 18
Amazing,
years.
bro. Because I remember you when you weren't sober too. Wild, dude.
Bad. Really
Wild.
bad. Really bad. Burned bridges, lost friends. I mean,
but you were still working though. You were still touring and doing the shows and doing all that stuff. You somehow balanced it, dude. It's crazy.
Well, was it Rusty? I think it was you, me, and Rusty were on our bus in Europe or in Czech Republic somewhere. Rusty was like, is it low dopamine or is it like a deficit disorder? Like, what does everybody have that makes them like functional but crazy but creative? And I was thinking about, I always think of Rusty. Shout out to Rusty. I always think of him saying that because I don't believe in any of those bullshit diagnoses. What is the legit word?
One of those, I think. Yeah.
I don't
diagnosis.
Believe, yeah. I don't believe in any of that because I really think that that's whatever that is that someone says you have is a superpower.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Rain Man type of shit. Like we all know somebody and
totally
with the touch of the tism.
Totally.
And the tism varies.
Yeah.
And I think with booze, I think what it does for anybody who's either like low dopamine or has any sort of deficit in one area, it will amplify it for that moment.
Yeah.
But then you're fucked the next day. You're totally fucked. And I heard cocaine does this too.
Damn.
Where you're like, oh, I started a label last night. And then you wake up and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you signed to fucking Suge Knight last night because you were on coke. You're like, what did I do?
You never did coke before?
Dude, once I smoked it.
Wow.
Never again. It was.
Isn't that crack then?
It was, woolly blunts. It was mixed.
Okay.
I've smoked PCP once, and I smoked, I guess crack.
Okay. Crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because back in the day, like we used to hang at this place called the Daily Cafe in New Haven, and the stuff would just be going around, and you would hit it. And and acid too, and mescaline.
Oh shit! Yeah. How about dust?
Dust rattled me one time. The cigarette like dipped in it.
Yeah.
We used to call those
It was definitely named for. I remember the name, so I don't even know what the fuck it is.
We used to call it. Shit, I could tell you. It's right at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, it'll come back. Yeah.
But that was scary. Like listening to Master of Puppets in this kid Doug's basement,
Yeah.
and the cat's coming down the steps, and it's like a tiger. It looks like, and I was mad. I was angry. Like I was itchy, and yeah, that's.
Were you ever straight edge before?
No.
But always probably loved that music, though. Youth Crew shit. You loved all that stuff.
I loved all that. Like even now, like if you put on Chain of Strength, like your kitchen is done. I'll mosh the whole like, or Project X is so good. It's so hard. But I think for as far as the sobriety thing goes, for weed, whatever it is with weed, I could not do it for like 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. I've gone full stretches. And then, we both hate flying.
Hate it. Are you better now though, probably, or no?
Well, so for the flight to Australia, I asked the doctor, I said, just in case, this has only happened to me twice.
So you're still not over it 100%.
There are things that will trigger, I don't want to call it a panic. It's more like rumination or perseverating. What's the term?
Some words today, bro.
These all sound so legit coming out, but let me know if they're bullshit.
We can look it up. Yeah.
But it's so the worm will get like planted in my brain. The first time it happened where I had to go to a doctor and be like, yo, I need something for this flight was when that Malaysia Airlines flight went down and we were booked on, or it didn't go down. We still don't know where it
disappeared. That one disappeared. Yeah.
Yes.
Bro.
Actually, if you want to look into that, there's a guy you can follow. Hit me up on Twitter if anybody listening. I forget the guy's name right now, but he has crazy videos of what he says is the plane disappearing into like a vortex or like a black hole.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, he has like some leaked military video.
Wow.
And there's some theory that people owned the patents to all these chips. And they needed to get rid of these people so that they could get the rights to these patents to these. I don't know.
Wow, dude.
But I love that shit.
Okay.
So, but back to that. So right around that time, we were booked on that, and we were going. I think it was like Amsterdam, Malaysia, Indonesia. But so the doctor said, and I told the doctor, I said, look, I used to drink really bad. So I don't want you to give me like 30 pills. Like I don't want to be able to have the ability.
Yeah.
Because I know people are hooked on benzos and all this other stuff. And he goes, well, why don't you try this? And it was like the generic version of this shit, Ambien.
Oh, my wife knows about that.
Dude, I knew a dude whose wife became a different person. We called her Amy Ambien.
Oh my God.
And she wouldn't remember it. And she would live whole lifetimes and they would interact and he would call her by Amy and it was bonkers.
No way.
Yes.
Dude.
So I was, and then we
because you stay up past that time, you start hallucinating, doing crazy things, right?
Yes.
Because my wife did it for a little while, and I come home, I wake up in the morning, she's gonna be about, I have to cut this out. People like chocolate and peanut butter because you're eating at night, like late night weird shit, dude.
Yes.
When she'd buy something, she bought a whole entire bedroom set. We have it. She bought it on eBay. The next day she woke up and she won it, and it was like all this Haywood Wakefield stuff. We had to buy it. We have it still, but she bought it on Ambien. She remembered doing it, so shit like that. It's no joke.
Well, so I get to the airport in Amsterdam, and we're going. The flight is to Malaysia, but it's just a layover. But they start saying to you on the flight, if you're caught, it doesn't matter if you have a prescription, and the prescription, it was only for like 4 or 8 pills or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you're caught, they put you to death. And so
over there, yeah.
And so I'm already, but we switched airlines to KLM. So we're in the lounge and they're saying like, yeah, even if you have a layover, you don't want to be caught. So then I take 2 and I throw the rest away because I don't want to be
2 Ambiens.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I don't even remember the flight. And this happened one other time on a flight to Australia. Rob Flynn gave me one because I was freaking out and I didn't want to drink. And I was really feeling like the plane was going to go down. Like I was having dreams leading up to it where the plane was going down and they felt almost like precognition. Like they were that scary.
Yeah.
Where then you're waiting to see that thing you saw in the dream to confirm the precognition or whatever.
Dude.
Yeah. So for this last flight,
did you wake up on that flight and when you that place you took all the Ambien? Did you wake up at the next location? You woke up in Malaysia, whatever. You slept the whole flight. You were out the whole thing.
Well, get this. I woke up to someone hitting me on the arm super hard. It was fucking Brent from Mastodon.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh my God, I got to change my seat. Like he's gonna get us killed, or he's gonna make the plane go down. like
what the fuck?
Yeah. It was wild. But then I did another tour where I white knuckled it. You know, now they call it raw dogging.
Yo, no phone, no nothing, no TV or
Yes.
something. You tried that?
Yes.
What? Is it brutal? Is it hard?
Well, I just read.
You're allowed to read?
Well, that's not technically raw dogging, but for the first 2-3 hours, I was reading that Krishnamurti book on fear. And then I felt good. And then I raw dogged the rest of it.
And this is recently?
Oh, yeah. There's 2 that I've raw.
Did you get hypnoptized and all kinds of things for this?
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I've done. And I know there's other bands out there. Like there's bands, I'm not going to say their names, but if you see that certain bands don't go play certain places.
That's why.
I think a lot of the times, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You gave me some hacks. I don't know if it was the ginger chews thing. You chew ginger or some kind of sour things too for anxiety when you're going up or when you try. That's interesting, man.
You can cover your left eye for a little bit. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. I really like tensing up all your muscles one by one and then letting them relax. Tensing up like or you put a towel down and you grab it with your feet and then you tense your calves, tense your quads, and then you tense your core and then you just keep doing this. And you tap into like I guess it's your parasympathetic.
How about breath work? You done breath work on there too?
I've tried that too, yep.
Have you been to therapy about it?
Oh, yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, because I don't want to go on benzos and I don't want to go on, like Ambien or any of that shit. Because it's not about sleeping on the flight. It's just about not being white knuckle gripped to the armrest the whole time.
Yeah.
Like this flight over here, it was nothing. And they kept us on the tarmac for 5 hours. Like this shit they did was it was like illegal what they did.
It's so weird finding out too all the stuff in the news. It seems like it's so crazy now. It's like every week something's happening. It's horrible, man. I don't know if it's always been like that or now it's like magnified because of social media or the politics going on, but it seems like more this year. There's all kinds of, the plane landed upside down and shit in Canada.
Oh yeah, that one freaked me out.
Dude, man.
That freaked me out bad.
You've been on a private jet before?
Yeah.
Small plane?
Yeah, we chartered one, us and 6 Feet Under,
What?
to go play Tito Puente Stadium in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
It was probably one of the there were so many fights at that show. It reminded me of like playing Harpo's back in the day or playing Roseland. Like it was like a pit from start to finish. Puerto Rico goes hard.
Damn.
That's
dude.
that's one of the best scenes and one of the hardest scenes, especially back then.
But the little flight wasn't scary for you, a small plane?
That wasn't because I was still drinking then.
Yeah.
And it was just a trip because then we went to Trinidad. I think us and 6 Feet Under are probably the only heavy bands to ever play in Trinidad. Damn. It was right after the revolution too. So it was like, you can't wear camo. We had to land in an airfield, like literally like a field. Like we landed on like dirt.
Did different countries freak on your band name too back then? Just trying to go through customs or just any of that stuff?
The worst one was Israel for sure.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and that was another crazy one because when we were landing, they're like, yo, rip out the Turkish, rip out the page with Istanbul, like rip out the page with Malaysia or whatever, like any Muslim country, like you got to rip that shit out. What? And even we did, and even then we got pulled aside, interviewed. They were fucking with Sean because he has Holy Land. Because Waterbury tattooed on his knuckles.
Damn.
Yeah, they came to the hotel. Like, they were outside of the hotel, like, giving you, like, the Robert De Niro. What was that movie where he's like, I'm watching you? Like, they did that to us.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, it was fucked.
That's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
Was there ever any time you wanted to quit Hatebreed and just not do music?
No.
Ever? No. It's amazing, dude.
It's like that's the real therapy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they do yelling or screaming as therapy? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I've been doing breath work. I love it. I had a couple sessions. That's cool.
Yeah.
But what was your last job you had? We had an actual boss, like a clock-in job. Not the TV shit. Like not when you did MTV and stuff.
Colony Inn. I had multiple short stints where I knew I have to do everything in my power to never go back to this.
Yeah.
And then same thing with the van. I was like, I knew at a certain point, I was like, I'm never driving a van again, and I'm never getting in a van again.
Really?
Yeah, and I held true to that until recently. I finally went back in a van for a short Jasta tour.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, it's you. Yeah.
But that was it.
Did you enjoy it or no?
I didn't really enjoy it, but I enjoyed watching the others enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like watching Steve Gibb, like we did one in a van with Coal Chamber and Fear Factory, a Jasta tour. Watching Steve Gibb get behind the wheel in the van and be so psyched to hit the open road.
Yeah.
That was fun to see.
Do you drive too or no?
No. I might have drove once or twice on that tour, but yeah, so I don't know if I can announce it yet, but I'm going out. So I'm doing it again. I'm getting back in the van. I'm going out supporting Life of Agony.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, Jasta and Life of Agony. It's in September.
That's great. You have the Jasta for All record out now?
Yes.
It's a hard name, dude. It's
so
cool.
Dude, I think it was Cam from 3 Inches of Blood. I think I got to give him credit. Or it was all the guys in 3 Inches of Blood. They were like, if you don't someday have a record, call in. You're like, you're missing out on the best fucking opportunity. And so then it was cool that I got Scott Ian on it, and I got Chuck Billy on it, and I got Zetro on it, I got Phil Demmel on it.
And you're doing SOD now with Danny Luker and Scott and his son. It's fucking cool to see those videos, man.
Yeah, tribute to SOD. The first show it's Friday, May 16th at Milwaukee Metal Fest. And now the promoters are hitting us up, and it's really cool to see that that'll probably be a thing. We were supposed to do Aftershock, but Bungle is going to South America with Avenged Sevenfold, so we're dropping off Aftershock. But we'll make it up to the NorCal fans. We'll do something. And I know Scott wants to. I'm going to rehearse after this, so I know Scott wants to, add New York or New Jersey. And I acquired March Metal Meltdown when I got Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Okay.
So I'm bringing March Metal Meltdown back. I don't know if it's going to be in Jersey because Jersey's very hard with all the other promoters and then also the capacity room that we need. But
what's a big room in Jersey?
Starland is good.
Yeah.
But we need just slightly bigger because we need to do vendors and we need to do hopefully 2 stages.
Yeah.
I think we're also kind of looking at Mid-Hudson Civic Center. Did you ever play there?
I heard about that. It's big, right? It's in Queens or something, maybe, or something?
It's up in, it's near Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
Which I think is close enough where I think the Jersey people won't crucify me for moving March Metal Meltdown to there because I think it's still reachable. And right now we're thinking, to definitely be like us in E-Town. Like we want bands from the old days of the original fest. But we're talking to a couple different headliners, and we're looking, to bring it back in March.
Let's go see Fury 5 back too.
Oh yeah, we played with them at I think it was This Is Hardcore.
Yeah.
They're another one, that great band, always tight, really pro. Who,
always rehearsing, always writing and shit. It's cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah, who they found new fans, through these podcasts and the internet, and
So what was the last job you had? You clocked doing?
Oh yeah,
with a boss.
So that was this Colony Inn. I was a prep cook.
A prep cook. Oh shit. Okay.
And there was a couple nights where the sous chef didn't come in, and I had to like fake it till you make it type of thing, where they were panicked and was like, do you know how to make a steak medium rare? Do you know how to make an au jus? Do you know how to make a bechamel and all this shit? And I would call my father. I would call my stepmom because I wanted to make sure that the shit was done right while he was out.
Yeah.
Because he was my dude. This dude, Ollie, shout out to Ollie. This dude was hard. He was from Jamaica. Dude, the shit between the dishwashers, the wait staff, and the cooks and the prep cooks, the line cooks, the shit, if that was ever recorded and released, we would all be like
canceled.
Yes, and if we were in the UK, I think we'd be in jail. Like I think, the shit that and this is the Jamaican dude saying this shit to Mexicans and to us and to because I'm like all Irish, Irish American. No disrespect to the actual like Irish people.
Yeah.
But the shit he would say to me about the Irish people.
She was being filmed back then, yeah, dude.
Oh my god!
Just imagine having phones on tours back then too, man. It'd be crazy.
That's why it's crazy to me when some like And no offense to you 19-year-old like Ivy League people, like your dad is like on the board of UPS. Why are you telling me what do you know? Like what life experiences you had? Until you've worked a minimum wage or low wage job, you really should not be telling people what they can and cannot say.
What year was that?
90, 91, 90. Well, actually, no, I had a short stint at a screen printer in 91 and 92, 93, 94. I had all different shitty jobs that I knew would never go back, ever.
Yeah.
And I would do anything.
So that was like, was that 90 what?
Let's see. So, because also, this is pre 9/11, so you could get jobs.
Yeah.
Without, like I had basically a thing that said I was emancipated, but I don't know like how legit it was.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't really legit.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to work then, dude.
For sure.
I knew people that you know people, and I know people that went to Europe, went to Canada with someone else's passport.
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah, it's crazy.
Those were the glory days. Now we're living in like a full blown. I mean, I didn't even show
your eyes now. I know it's crazy.
I didn't even show my shit.
Yeah, going to Canada now, you scan your eyes at the thing. You don't talk to
dude.
It's wild. Do you guys have
wrong.
Do you guys had an issue in Russia before or something?
We did, but okay. So that was.
My wife just came in with that question.
Yeah,
dude.
well, so all right. I don't know how much we want to get into this because I'll just say this. Do you know what happened in the Ukraine in I don't know, again with the time blindness, but let's say it was 2014.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
was there. I was in the Ukraine.
When shit went down.
We saw, and there's others who can corroborate this. We saw certain things, and then we went to Russia and saw certain things, and I was like, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to talk about this stuff in interviews. And then see it. So
fast forward.
Right. To see, and then again, like with playing in Turkey and then playing in Israel.
Okay.
And you see, and so then, and what I'm like is like, you guys got to figure this out. Because I don't really, do you feel like an artist has ever truly made a difference in political negotiations, like between countries? Like besides maybe.
Didn't they say Wesley Snipes did something like that a couple years ago? And went over to the country and did something like that?
I think Rodman might have made.
It was Rodman. It was Rodman. You're correct. But also, I think maybe Bono had some sort of power in something.
Right.
I would say he had some sort of power in politics.
Right.
If you think about like big names or people that actually did, you know what I'm saying? Like made a difference and went and talked to political leaders.
And
maybe that's, I don't know.
It's not. It's not because I'm not. I don't want to get into it. Not because I care what people are going to say about what I saw or what I dealt with, but I do care that it's such a nuanced, complex topic that I'm not really that educated in.
Me either.
I just have these anecdotal experiences of like, okay, well, and this could be multiple places I've been to and played where you see like, say, a child soldier, and this is a child who's 15 or 16 years old wearing some patches that you would not wear in certain areas, and you go, holy shit, this is what's going on over here. You're like, and then the show is amazing, and the people are super appreciative, right? Like the people we played to in Israel were rad, and they were great, and there was people, there was Palestinians there too, and there was Christians there too.
Yeah.
But the government, to be critical of the government is different. But even now, they'll try to get you on some shit.
Yeah.
Where if you're critical of the government, supposedly you sit on whatever side or whatever, and I'm like, all right, we're just living in crazy town.
It's amazing you got to go there back then, though, man. Have those experiences and play the people there, you know?
Yeah, because the people are awesome. The people
probably so psyched to see live music and fucking, you know?
Oh, dude, we were in Belarus.
Damn.
We were, what is that, Minsk? Is that Minsk? Or Minsk is in Belarus?
Maybe, yeah.
We were in, so, and it was funny because I was like totally DIY, setting up the shit, setting up the merch, and then I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to exchange the money Like when I get to Amsterdam and I've sold all these CDs of money, no one would exchange any of the money from any of those countries.
Damn.
Yeah, I still have it.
What?
Yes.
You still have it all?
Yep.
Holy shit.
And I was like, damn. That was,
That's crazy. No one in the U.S. or nowhere, huh?
Nowhere would exchange the money from Belarus. No one would exchange the money from Ukraine. No one would exchange the money from Russia, like the rubles. Actually, I think I finally got the rubles exchanged when I went back.
That's
and I lost.
Crazy, dude.
Like
damn.
There was a German guy, too, that was supposedly like you could go see in Berlin and you could, but we don't,
Yeah. Is there a place you haven't played yet that you guys still want to play?
Iceland would be cool.
Oh, you never been to Iceland? Okay, me either, actually. No.
Iceland would be cool.
You been to South Africa?
Yeah, we played South Africa.
Cape Town or something?
Dude, that was a crazy.
Cape Town's a pretty gnarly spot, supposedly. Yeah.
That was wild.
Beautiful too, though. Yeah.
Our flight down was the final flight of this pilot who was working with KLM, and his whole family was up there with us. And we used to have the hookup with KLM where we could always get into. We would use the Delta miles to get into first class. And that's a long flight.
It's a long flight, yeah.
So we were up there with him and his family, and dude, I saw one of those Tic Tacs. I saw it off the side of the plane.
What do you mean?
I thought it was like
things?
I thought it was like, it was literally like shaped like a pill. And I thought and this was still, I think it was either, that might have been on that one of the Ambien flight. So I thought it was like I was just tripping, or I was just, but we were over the Congo.
Wow, dude.
And you look at the map,
and
it was like we're like right on the edge of it, like right over it, and I saw that everybody was sleeping at that point. And I asked the pilot, because he came out to talk to his family. It was a really cool experience to see. Like they were crying. It was like emotional for them. It was his final. He had been a pilot for years. And I asked him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we don't even want to get into that." He's like,
"About what you saw?"
Yes, because they see them all the time.
Damn, dude.
Which is another thing that kind of But
it seems more and more we're seeing more footage and more everything about that, like another life form and all that stuff. I believe in it too, man, for sure, man. It's crazy.
Or if it's just military shit that they've had, that's but. Yeah, that one freaked me out because it was like kind of, it defied all physics, all logic. It was really far off, and it was kind of going parallel with us, and then just did like, it was like a L7 logo, like it was like that.
Yeah.
In the air.
And you sure you want an Ambien? Like,
dude,
you can. It's like kind of hallucinating.
I would tell people about it for years. I'm like, it looked like a pill, and then when that TikTok video came out, I was like, oh my god,
that was crazy.
Dude, I was like, that's what I saw,
dude. That was crazy. Would you live anywhere else but Connecticut?
Oh, are you kidding me, dude? Connecticut is the worst tax.
Really?
Like, oh my god, everything's so expensive. It's like, it makes no sense.
Worst tax in California?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be the highest one. Especially, it's double whammy for me because I'm self-employed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
you.
I live with two of the most stubborn. I mean, I love them, but they're homebodies.
Okay.
Like they're homebodies through and through.
Okay.
If anybody wants to sign up to my Patreon, you get all the dirt on the Patreon because it's.
These are your friends that live with you?
No, the vegans.
Oh.
It's my wife and my daughter, the vegans.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old's your daughter now?
26.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's amazing, super talented, super creative. One of the kindest, sweetest like people you ever met. Like a real true, what do you call it? Like an empath.
So yeah. So she lives at home still.
Oh, they're great. They're bringing animals in out of the streets.
I love that she lives at home still because my son's 22. He still lives at home. I love that shit.
Yeah. No, that like leave the nest at 18 shit. That was some government shit.
It's kind of over now, I think. Yeah, that's a good point.
That was
actually. Kids can't afford it out here to be by themselves.
No,
you know
hell no.
So you live with both them. Wow, they're both vegans. That's sick.
Dude,
They didn't inspire you to be vegan
I'm
at all?
sorry, I can't. It's horrible, but I love them, and I made my bed. I got to lie in it.
Did they cook?
They do cook. Like there was a banging meal the other night. I have to say, for a vegan meal, it was lentils with red onions,
great,
with like this stew type of sauce on spaghetti, with this broken up tofu and vegan meatballs, and then they had cauliflower. And
sounds great, dude.
It was amazing. They put like this nutritional yeast on it.
Best,
I was like, yo, this is some John Joseph shit over here. But it was good.
But they don't inspire you to like not. Do you eat pretty healthy though? You eat pretty good.
I'm getting there. We're doing this big summer tour.
Yeah.
June, July, August. I acquired part of a tour, a name tour that's going to be going out in July in the States. We're going to announce it soon. And I can't wait for everybody to hear about it and see and give me feedback on it, because it was a tour that didn't do so well last year that we're resurrecting.
Okay.
Tim Bohr, shout out to Tim Bohr. He's my partner in
Best. That's
Philly.
Awesome.
Slice, shout out to Slice.
Tim Bohr.
Philly represent. He's my partner in Milwaukee Metal Fest and this.
Okay, awesome.
And this summer tour that's going out in July that we're going to announce very soon. And yeah, it's going to be a banger.
So you just want to get in shape for it. You want to feel.
Yeah, I just want to eat cleaner leading up to that, because it's so stressful dealing with the festival now that I got to go. I'll go cold turkey off sugar, and if I do like a complete reset, I start with like a 2 or 3 day water fast.
I just did that the other day. Yeah.
How much better did you feel?
It was great. I've been off sugar since December, and I kind of fell off on my birthday for like 1 second, but now I'm back on it. It's great. No sugar.
So you fell off for how many days?
1 day. Just had a piece of chocolate.
Dude.
And I didn't even like it, to be honest. I was like, oh, this kind of was peanut butter and chocolate. I was like, I don't care about this no more.
See, I love chocolate.
I know.
I'm addicted to chocolate.
But yeah, I'm just so focused on not eating any sweets, dude. So you doing that? You running still?
I'm running, but here's the problem. I'm only running maybe for the last 3 weeks, maybe once a week, and it's been hard. So
like
I got to get
5K or something.
Not even. I'm going around. I have a little area by my house where there's 2 different parks, and then
that's cool.
Further down the road there's a cemetery where it's like I can just do laps and not be seeing people and dogs barking and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get back on it. I did do a bunch of treadmill at the hotel on an incline, which
that's
I feel
good.
like I almost feel like the walking is it's better for my knees, like walking on an incline, than doing the running on the street.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I like walking too, dude. Walking with a weight vest now. You do a weight vest?
Yeah, I got to get a weight vest.
Dude, it's game changer, man. So you try to eat better, work out, get ready, your cardio up, all that stuff.
I have to, especially for these SOD songs, because like, we're coming for you. They're coming for you. Kill yourself. Why don't you kill yourself? Don't rely on us. And then kill yourself now.
And why?
It's just a one-way ticket and everyone's going around. Here's a bucket, go and kick yourself. Sound. I'm like, I got my cheat sheets. I'm memorizing this shit.
And so why isn't Billy doing it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? Okay. I don't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah.
Because someone hit me up on my Patreon, I think yesterday, the day before, and they said, Billy's on a podcast recently and said he's fine with it. So I was like, all right, cool. Because I never know. And I don't know. I remember the falling out. Like he said some wild shit that I think he got canceled over. He said some nasty shit about Scott or whatever. I don't remember it exactly.
So those who don't talk. Okay.
Yeah. And I think Charlie too. I don't think he talks to Charlie either. I think there was some really bad blood with Charlie too. But I don't know. And I don't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah, for sure.
But, my connection to SOD is I promoted a lot of those shows, and even on the shows I lost money on, Billy was cool. Of course, he broke my chops to no end, but he was cool about it, right? He didn't try to like fuck me over in the industry or try to kill me or strangle me or anything. Which, for losing money on a show and not being able to pay right away,
for sure.
I appreciate that. I appreciated that. So
yeah.
But those shows were legendary. I mean, SOD played the Hanover House. People still stop me in Connecticut and thank me and talk to me about that show. I'm bad with this. Maybe 98.
Okay.
Maybe 97.
Yeah,
I'm really bad. Because think about this. I booked Exodus with Bailoff was still in the band.
Damn, dude. You booked so many shows back then, dude.
Hundreds.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy. And what's really cool now is I'm trying to embrace the nostalgia, but also free myself from it. So,
yeah.
So I've been, and the people that are buying like all my collection and everything else, because I'm selling everything I own on Depop. If anybody wants to go
really?
Yes, Depop.com/Jasta.
Like what, shirts, everything?
Everything. I'm going full minimalist. And the joy that this stuff is bringing people is so good to see. And all the money is going to one of the headliners for next year because the visas are so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to raise $17,000 just for this band's visas, which I have to pay up front. But because I'm I have to put up all the risk for the documentary.
Yeah.
For the initial stuff, we're going to fan fund
like
the printing of the Blu-rays. But for the initial stuff, I have to pay the camera operators, and also I want to pay obviously for the expenses of people like you. Like if you're going to fly out and we're going to film you, like I have to pay for that too. I have to cover the travel and all that.
Yeah.
So I have like spreadsheets going of each project.
Damn. Have you always been pretty good with finance and focusing and all that stuff?
No.
But you know the business really well though.
Yeah, but I'm impulsive.
Yeah.
And we did this Corpse Grinder record, and it's so sick, and people are still discovering it now. It's only been out a couple of years, but he hasn't been able to tour on it because Cannibal is having the biggest moment.
Oh yeah, I saw they're playing it. Yeah.
Oh my God, it just keeps getting bigger. Like they do the Amon Amarth tour, now they're doing the Meshuggah tour, and
it's amazing, dude.
And George is the best. That's the shirt. These are like, this is probably one of the best selling shirts of all time. So this was what started me wanting to do the record with him.
Okay.
So Respect the Neck is the movement. It's the new movement to move with.
What does that mean for the listeners? Respect the Neck.
The George is he's the death metal, like one of the goats.
Okay.
From Gallery of Suicide to Kill to now. And now he's got this Corpse Grinder record, which I produced and the fans helped fund. But like on that, we did a crazy big budget video.
Okay.
With this kid Andrew. Shout out to Andrew. He's like animated stuff for like Little Uzi and Nirvana. And
damn.
Yeah, like and I look back now and I go, "Ooh, that was an impulsive decision," because the video got shadow banned right away.
I did shit.
Because he hair whips. It's even though it's animated and I thought we could get around it, he hair whips Epstein and kills Epstein in the video.
Oh shit.
So as soon as someone commented about that shit was done. And there was multiple shadow bans at around that same time. Like it wasn't just us, it was Ice Nine Kills, and there was a bunch of bands that were actively being shadow banned by YouTube, and I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to piss off the suits at YouTube because Ice Nine Kills are killing it right now too, man. Yes, but I've had that problem with the podcast too, where I had Sam Tripoli on or I had John Joseph on, and all of a sudden the episode's gone.
Really?
Yeah, and because there's like
off of YouTube.
You mean? Yeah, like you.
Wow.
And I don't want to. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't want to even get into it.
But
if you say certain
things,
names of certain families or certain things, yeah, it was really bad at one point.
That's crazy, dude.
And so I had to work really hard to get my YouTube back and to get the numbers back. Like I had Randy on last month.
I saw that.
And that got like over 10,000 views. So I was like, oh man. But then I had to take a break to start the Hatebreed record. So I lost all of that momentum. But now I have new episodes coming out, like with Sonny. Shout out to Sonny.
Yeah, I saw you the comments. He's amazing, dude. So when does your podcast come out? Does it come out every week still?
No, not now, because obviously because of the festival, and then we're recording the new Hatebreed record, and then also we're working on these other projects like the documentary and these the summer tours, and also just trying to minimize and get rid of the storage rooms.
Yeah.
And
you do everything yourself with the podcast. You book the gas. You do everything like me. You do it all.
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But these kids today, what's so cool is they want the flyers. Like, dude, those H2O Bouncing Souls shows that I booked, those flyers, people want them. I gotta send you one.
That's sick. Yeah.
So all that stuff that was sitting in a storage room, like the 88 Fingers Louie Good Riddance show that I booked, people want. They want
some physical shit. Yeah, man.
And then I find the contracts from Stormy.
Damn.
And I'm reading them, and like people love it. Like when I read and talk about the riders and stuff on the Patreon, people love that stuff.
That's cool. You do that. Wow. You have all kinds of bands riders.
Dude, when because I kept it all. I hired a professional organizer, I think in 2006 or 2007.
Nice archive stuff. And
yeah. Dude, I just found Slipknot Jägermeister tour posters. Rest in peace, Joey. Rest in peace, Paul. I found. I had the wherewithal back then to be like, can you sign 20 of these for me? And I just put them in storage.
No way.
And people are freaking out. Yeah. Like
20 of those? Fuck.
Yeah. I don't, and because I just looked at it as like like an investment.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And now it's making someone else happy, and I'm going to be able to bring a great band who hasn't been to the U.S. in years.
This is when you're working the visas on. Okay.
Yeah.
Something awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
it's exciting.
Because with the festival, and I'm sure anybody who's ever booked a show knows, is like you made one bad decision, like I did both years in a row, but I made it for the better of the festival, but I took a net loss.
Yeah.
So this year we have our biggest lineup yet: Down, Zach Wilde, Devin Townsend, Arch Enemy, Guar.
Arch Enemy's sick.
Guar hopefully bringing back Gorgor. Remember Gorgor, the dinosaur?
Yeah.
That's the hardest Guar song.
I was with Doyle last night, dude. Actually, I love Doyle. They're playing Coachella this weekend too, man.
Shout out to Doyle.
He's the best. And they were talking about you last. I said having on the podcast and something about Jerry only coming out with you doing Hatebreeders in Jersey and stuff, full like made up and stuff. It was awesome, dude.
So cool.
And he said that when they got into the Winnebago to head home, they put the address on, and it was 138 miles from the Jersey show back to Jerry's house. 138.
No way.
I just got goosebumps. That's crazy, right?
That's amazing.
Did you know that?
Yeah, dude. I did a little short Jasta tour with Misfits, Jerry Only Misfits. Yep.
Damn.
It was awesome. It was so much fun.
He's so cool, man. He's so freaking nice.
He did the podcast Chewed Gum the whole time, and people were so mad.
Really?
Because it was when I first got this Focusrite with the good mic, so you could really hear him chewing it. What am I going to do? I'm going to tell Jerry, don't chew gum on the...
And Capo was eating like a granola bar when I had to power with him on the phone. I was like, yo, you can't
How was Capo?
It was years ago. Like,
okay.
I was like, dude, you can't really eat on the phone when you're doing that. That's kind of crazy. Dude, so the last Hatebreed album was 2020?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's a long time for you guys, dude.
Yeah. Because I did so many records in between.
I know.
But because also I have to get out of that. Like I love, believe me, I want the mosh parts. I want the fast. I want the sing-alongs, the chants, but I have to do other stuff that, like that Corpse Grinder record was so great for me, especially in writing a bunch of the lyrics too, because I got to delve into the dark side. We're like, okay, this song is like, imagine this song is about the Punisher. What would the Punisher do in a death metal song? This song is about Conan the Barbarian. This song is about killing Epstein or killing a child trafficker or whatever. Like we just
stuff that Hatebreed really wouldn't sing about.
No, yeah. So it was.
That's nice. Do you prefer you like solo and doing Hatebreed both in different ways, like doing Jasta and then doing?
So the Jasta records, it's great to see people finding them now. Like we had Perseverance. The pre-orders just went up for the Perseverance vinyl. And what I noticed is we pretty much sold out of all my Jasta vinyl because people saw it. That's cool. Because they went to the store. Yeah. And those records I'm really proud of because I got to do them with Nikki and Charlie, who, they did the Dee Snider record with me. They did Kingdom of Sorrow. They did the Many Eyes record with me, with Keith from Every Time I Die. They did the Corpse Grinder record with me. But those were all songs that I was going to give to other artists. Mm-hmm. And in the past when I gave songs to other artists, like say if it was Agnostic Front or like on Another Voice, I wrote a bunch of songs on the Another Voice record. I think in the past people would go, oh, well, it's like a Hatebreed song with Roger singing on it or whatever, even though now they still play those songs. Yeah. And nobody says that now. No. But you work on Stigma too, a solo record too, right? Stigma. Yes. Yeah. Yes, which is a great record. If anybody, I had Stigma on a couple months back. And if anybody, incredible human, dude. Oh, he's the greatest. AF's killing it right now, dude. I saw him out here twice, dude. They're another reason why I want to do the Milwaukee Metal Fest documentary, because just seeing them as the characters they are, that's why people need to see Joe and Leslie and Jack. I mean, they hate each other. Joe and Leslie and Jack, like it's bad blood still. But if I can convince Leslie and Joe to be in the documentary and just. We already have a lot of footage with Jack, but I told Jack it's gonna be warts and all, bro. It's gonna be warts and all. It's gotta be. You gotta know why it went to shit. Yeah. What bands got burned. And he's been very open and honest about it. But it got ugly and it got bad. But when you see the characters, and when you hear the stories about Don Decker from Anal Blast, and you hear this is. Without this, there's no Ozfest. Without this, there's no whatever festival. I mean, this was it. This was Songs of the Underground, a bunch of tours. Yeah. This was the one. How long has it been gone for? Like, when did it end? I think it ended. It crashed and burned, and then it continued to burn. Okay. I think it ended in 06 or 07. But I mean, you got stories of like Steve from Deicide kicking El Duce off the stage, like literally kicking him in the chest. You got porn stars, wrestlers. I don't know how it's like Warped Tour chaos too, in a different genre. Yeah. There's crazy stories from both those tours. You give us a little taste of, like, if we were interviewing you for the Milwaukee Metal Fest documentary, like give us a little taste of like what you remember of the venue And
I mean, the venue was the rave, right?
Yeah.
Across the Dahmer Hotel.
Yes.
Which makes it even more creepier and like dark and weird, and people were trying to stay in that room and stay there, you know?
Yeah.
It's just for me, because just being like, I never really been to something like that before. I was just like a shaved head hardcore kid, was sick of it all, and just all like the people, the different metal bands, and the DSI guy walk around with the upside down cross burned on his forehead, and just it's just different. And actually, it was my first time ever going to Milwaukee too. You know what I mean? Like, and the rave has like that scary kind of basement with like pool in the bottom of it or something.
And that's
supposedly
haunted.
Yeah, there's so much history to that building in general, and just the whole area, dude. Yeah, it's perfect for that festival. You know, it's cool that place is still there too. You can do it there too.
It's such a historic, legendary.
It's legendary, bro.
Yeah.
I would say it's a CBGB's in Milwaukee, but it's something like that. It's just been there for decades, you know? It's like one of the last standing original places.
Yes, and it's one of those old buildings where you knew
it's creepy, dude.
You knew some high-level motherfuckers made this building. Like, it will survive a war.
Yeah.
Like, it will survive a bombing.
Like,
and
the pool in the basement is so random, too.
Yes.
It's like, what was in that building when it was first made? Like, why was there a pool in there?
Well, I think we're going to get into that in the documentary.
You'll find out, too, for sure, right?
Yeah.
What's happened down there? There's been so many crazy things going on during the fest down that basement, bro.
Yes.
Debauch, all kinds of
Oh
crazy
my God.
shit.
Some of the stuff, I don't know how we're going to get around it. We might have to change names or whatever. But
was Dahmer before Milwaukee Metal Fest?
It was before and during.
Because who knows if he fucking walked over there. I don't know, or was around there. I don't know where the fuck he lived, but that's kind of weird too.
Right.
That kind of connection. Has he been in that basement? Like he's been over there?
There was someone who we were unable to get a hold of who did have interactions with him.
Really?
Yes. And
From the festival?
Yeah, or in one of the bands or something.
No way, dude.
Yeah, but it might have been, because there's one band that's a staple of that whole scene and the staple of the festival. We'll put them on every year. They're called Macabre.
Okay.
Or Macabre, however you want to say it. They used to go visit John Wayne Gacy in prison.
Fuck.
Yeah. They have I got to get them on the podcast. That reminds me.
Crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
that reminds me because they have. I think he did art for them. I think they might even have letters from him and shit.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah. See, I would never.
Are you into that kind of shit?
No, I don't want to. This is the darkness that surrounded this festival and maybe some of the hauntings and the Dahmer stuff. That's like the darkest I'll go. Like I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch on the dark arts too much.
But do you watch like dark documentaries or TV shows or stuff like that?
I have been recently, but only as inspiration for kind of like the cuts and the shots, especially the talking head stuff.
Yeah.
Because I like when talking head stuff is done differently and it makes it. There's a really good one with a wild twist on Netflix where it's like lover stalker.
I might have seen that.
Where the girl, I don't want to, no spoilers, but it
I might have seen it. We watch all that shit. It's crazy.
Where they had to check the IP address.
Oh yeah. I think I know what
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. There's also one right now about all the Long Island girls all got murdered, like and all buried on the beaches right now.
Yes.
It's some dark shit, man.
I wonder with that one. I wonder if the wife was involved because they found her hair and other.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a real scumbag. That dude.
What other stuff do you watch that people would be surprised you're into? Like, you're not watching rom-coms and stuff like that. Like, what are you watching, comedies? Like,
I don't really watch a lot because
series of stuff or no?
I don't really have a ton of time to do that. Occasionally, if my daughter's getting into a show, I'll try to watch a show. Like we tried to watch, or she tried to watch this show called it's on HBO Max, White Lotus.
Oh yeah.
What up?
Yo, White Lotus.
I got to talk to Max about death metal bands for the festival. I was like, he's gonna know all these bands, Snuffed on Sight and Tracheotomy and right, you know those.
Talking to the mic.
I've never heard of Tracheotomy, but I've heard of Snuffed on Sight.
Yeah, it's hard. I just heard it on the way over here, and then there was another one I just heard too. Oh shit! Now I'm not gonna be able to remember it.
Max has got a total new band, like all hard beat down, super vocals. Like he's got a whole new project.
Nice.
No names really yet for it, but
okay, you got to come up with a hard name.
I know.
You got to, and it sucks because all the hard names have been taken. But maybe you could take a hard name. Like I think it's okay to take a hard name if they didn't do the right shit with it.
Like take it from somebody?
Yeah, because if they if they didn't do the right shit with it, like if you took a hard name and you made us have one less. Like I was always mad at Pavement. Because I was like,
That's a hard name.
I put in that tape and I was like, this is garbage. Like, I'm sorry to the Pavement fans.
What? You guys got the Savagery tour this summer, 2025?
Yes.
That's sick.
Yeah, we got a bunch of shows.
We got a lot of shows.
With Brat. We got 2 big shows with Lamb of God.
Yes.
One with Lamb of God and Shadows Fall in Springfield at the MGM.
You got fucking Slayer shows.
Yeah, which I'm sorry. Just
How is that crowd? Because I feel like there's so many
best.
bands have tried to open up for that band. I feel like Hatebreed's one of the only bands that I've seen, heard, read that had a great crowd.
Dude, and
it's got to be intimidating too.
Well, think about this. We knew we were up for all those other tours.
Mm-hmm.
We just didn't get those tours. Like, we were trying, and at the time, like, I was happy when Meshuggah got it. I was happy when Sick of It All got it.
Oh, that's right, Sick of It All.
I was happy when, I could go down the list because think about this. Megadeth didn't take us. We were submitted on every Megadeth tour for, I think, almost 20 or 25 years, and they just refused to take us. And they finally, in Flames,
canceled. Do you know them?
I know Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, like Dave. Like, I always thought I was cool with Dave, and then when I had him on the podcast, I gave him the hard pitch. Like, what is it? I know he likes more tech bands. I know he likes bands that dress up or look like presentable. But so that's how the Let a Caveman Live thing came up, where he was on the podcast. We did it in Vegas, and I said, Dave, I know you love Tesseract and Dream Theater and Meshuggah and all these bands but I was like, bro, just once, you gotta let a caveman live, and just let it. And we killed it on that tour. That was some of the biggest merch nights, and we're first of 4.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But back in the day, when we would get passed over for these other bands, I would make sure I would go to the show, flyer the show, and talk. Like, we got passed over for this band Kilgore. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
And it was like, the agent would say at the time, oh, it's a major label band. They got all this marketing behind it, whatever. But so then I would go to the show, and that crowd hated them. And they were a good band. Like, they were solid. Like, they were real musicians. Like, solid band. And but then I would see what the singer would do. I would make sure to not do that.
Okay.
Not. I don't want to use them specifically, because we ended up doing one of the shows. We lied and said we were a local band and won the contest.
Yeah.
But Dino knew. Like, Dino was there. It was Slayer, Fear Factory,
Dino,
Kilgore. And luckily, Dino stuck up for us, because they were trying to herb us out with these like passes that said "I am nobody," like as a funny thing.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, and we were like,
I am nobody.
Yeah, we were like, we ain't wearing that shit. Like, we were ready to fight. Like, we were like, fuck this tour manager.
That sucks.
Yeah, but then we went out and we ripped it, and we sold so much merchandise. Definitely sold more than some of the other bands on the bill.
Were you nervous opening for Slayer?
No, because I had already seen.
Yeah, you've been studying that shit. Dude.
Yeah, because to me, it's all about vibe, and it's all about connecting with. It's vibing with your tribe, connecting with your tribe.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you go out there and you're not engaging with the audience, or you're intimidated by the audience, or you're looking at your feet, or maybe you don't have right. You know what I mean? Like,
we've got them bring that shit, dude. Yeah.
Right. You have.
What you guys always do.
And be like, look, there's a reason why we're here. But I think it was probably good in hindsight. I think it was good that we didn't get those tours, because then it prepped us to eventually get them. Like, because then we got Soulfly, we got Sepultura, we got Danzig, we got Motorhead. I think the Motorhead crowd was more stand there, cross your arms, and the impress me bro crowd.
Yeah.
Because you're a little older than me. Those guys that were still going to see Motorhead by then, they were already out of hardcore. They were already like,
for sure,
all their bands, and no disrespect to any of those bands, because they took risks and it just didn't pay off. Like,
totally.
the bands that changed their sound, and we know they went glam. They teased their hair. They changed the whole style, right? I mean, we're not donging them off.
No, it's true.
But so those impress me bro guys who stayed into Motorhead, and then maybe were curious about Dropkicks or curious about us, like, that was a harder crowd than the Slayer crowd, because by that point, people that like Pantera like Slayer, people that liked even the Slipknot, the changing of the guard when Slipknot had to headline over Slayer. Oh, my God,
that's crazy.
People were so mad. People couldn't believe it, and I'm like,
damn.
I'm like, believe it, Buster. This is a new world.
It's a new world. Yeah.
and it's great.
I know. I like you still open for you'd open for newer bands right now, right? Don't matter.
Dude, we played the 4,000 cap at the Oakdale for our 30th anniversary show.
Yeah.
And then went back 6 months later and opened in the 1,800 cap for Knocked Loose.
I love
just
it,
to
dude.
do something fun.
Yeah. We just opened up for Drain and Angel Dust at the Palladium, and we were like the oldest band in the bill, and it was a great fucking show.
Great.
Like, I hate all that like gatekeeper mentality shit. I know we're a 30-year-old band. We haven't had a record out in 10 years. I'm happy just to still be playing with younger band. I love this shit, dude.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
And in a way, you're putting them over. You're giving them a little bit of like an Ultimate Warrior moment where you help put them over. You got to do that. I mean, bands did that for us.
Same.
Think about
So true.
Think about all those sold out shows we did, like Terminal 5, Roseland.
Yeah, man.
Like people would, and it was hard for those older fans. They go, I can't believe they're going on Above Sick of All and Biohazard in New York. Bro, we did the work.
You did the work, man. Yeah.
I can't believe they're playing over Typo Negative, or they're playing even Damage Plan. The couple of shows, Damage Plan, and God rest, Dime and Vinny, we learned so much from them. They were so cool to us. Like Dallas, obviously, they closed the show.
Yeah.
Right. And that was a wild show. Like Everlast was on that show.
Really?
Smile Empty Soul, Drowning Pool. Yeah, Everlast was smoking weed. He's like a little bit of a weed snob.
Uh-huh.
Sean was like, I can't deal with this guy. Like it was
Back
funny.
then, okay.
Yeah, it was funny because, he was still kind of in his, like I'm the man type of I know he's
back then. That's
I know.
ago,
Yeah, I know he's totally.
But even like Turnstile, like these bands,
Yeah.
I love this shit, dude.
Oh, there another one that's like there was people that I'm sure they would even admit it. Like they were quote unquote not musicians, but you got the songs in you, you got the lyrics in you. You're learning as you go.
Yeah, it's so good though, man.
And
they were doing it for like 10 years at least, dude.
I actually feel like that's kind of the secret sometimes. Is like because you're not afraid to just have a simple hook or a simple riff or a simple single because you're not worried about the guy from Sam Ash liking it. Like if you do your music just for Sam Ash employees to like it, more power to you. Like I like some of that noodling shit.
Yeah. Do you feel like you ever got in your head about it back then? Like we have to make sure the fans love it first, like almost just catering to them too much because you don't want to change your sound or like lose. I don't know what I'm saying? Like because I feel like now these kids, like Angel Dust, fucking Justice will play acoustic songs and the rest of the set will be sing hardcore songs and kids will be moshing. Then he has Trapped Under Ice and these kids aren't afraid to show their other influences. I think it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, see that it's good that he does that because you have to break through that ceiling and show that it can be done.
Yeah.
And that you decide, you make the rules. Don't be beholden to others. With us, I swear, dude, when we branched out and did completely different shit, people said it sounded like the old shit anyways.
Yeah.
So you're never going to please everybody. People go, they sound nothing like, and then they go, every song sounds exactly the same. Well, what is it? As long as I like it and I got to sing it every night. And like I was saying before, it truly is magic. So I want to be singing stuff that I'm telling myself because it's a mantra and it's embedded in your subconscious.
Yeah.
So if I'm saying it every night, I want it to be positive, uplifting, and like a drill sergeant. I always use that, I'm like the drill sergeant on my own ear because otherwise I will be 400 pounds. I will be,
Yeah, man. Live by your lyrics. I'll
be going off the fucking deep end.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be eating Ambiens left and right. We'll be fucking.
But live by your own words that you sing, your lyrics. I always love that about bands, especially from our world that really live their shit off stage. You know what I mean? They're like, that's who they are. This is 100% us. We give everything to everybody. We're like totally authentic, and this is who we are.
And even in the moments that we're not, those words help you not dive into the dark river.
Yeah.
So, but, there's songs that are super negative and dark too that we have, but maybe we don't play those as often. But when we do, it's funny because when we do, there's usually fights during those songs.
Really?
So that's another thing. Like,
is it weird singing songs you wrote back then when you were in a dark place and now you're in a different place and then singing those songs like, wow, I can't believe I was going through this? Or
yeah. Sometimes it is. But then it's also a nice reminder because I'll see the dude in the back with the arms crossed who he's just waiting for that one song. He paid to hear that one song.
So you can mosh, yeah.
Yeah, and then he goes fucking crazy and and he's
Which
winded.
is fine.
Right, and he's winded halfway through. Comes out of Mosh retirement, and
Yeah. But it's crazy, though.
yeah.
It's just, I mean, fuck, do you try to play a lot of these songs from all the albums in your set? You change up set list and...
Yeah, we're doing
It's
more
hard,
now.
though.
We're doing more now. We're going through it now.
Are there albums that you won't play songs off that you not really stoked about?
No, I mean, you know what's crazy is when we did the covers album,
Yeah.
I remember specifically going one month I went to like 10 Sick of It All shows. I took the train, and I remember they were so mad that people wanted to hear the covers. And they were like, "Yo, you don't want to hear original songs? Like, why do we got to?" And I remember thinking like, "Oh yeah, you don't want to be known for a cover." But when we did the covers record, it was so big for us and did really well.
Yeah.
And it was fun to do Black Flag. It was fun to do Slayer Ghosts of War. Like, I love playing that song live, and it's got a great break for me. I would even go in the back behind the amps and do push-ups during the solo and stuff. Like, it's just a really fun, those covers were really fun to play.
Yeah.
Madball set it off. We played a couple shows too.
Damn.
But I would think, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's bring Ghost of War back in the set. Let's bring a cover or two back in the set, because that thinking, the fans wanting to hear covers, there's two ways of thinking about it. It's not that they don't like your originals, they just like your version of that song.
Yeah.
What was the cover? I think it was that Minor Threat, or who was Sick of It All covering at that
Betrayed,
time?
Minor Threat.
Yeah,
dude.
You remember that?
Yeah, I crushed that shit, dude.
Yeah,
And
it was great, but they
always had that in their set too for a long time as well, man.
And then when they took it out, people were mad.
Yeah, fuck. So what's the future of Hatebreed now? Like, it hasn't been a record since 2020.
Dude,
BD's not in the band.
Nope.
And so now it's just, are you guys just...
It's a new era.
It's okay, new era. Okay.
I there's so much stuff I wish I could talk about.
I get it.
I don't want to jinx it, and I want it to come to fruition. But I because we're getting all these massive opportunities, we got to come with the production. We got to reinvest in the gear, in the stage show, in the lights. I was always that guy.
Yeah.
No one leaves humming the light show, especially when you're playing in the day on the festivals.
Yes.
Why do you need the lighting guy? And no disrespect to any of the lighting people, because they're all talented and they're all great. And we've seen some of them go to the highest points. Like, we've had dudes that went and worked for Rammstein and worked for Machine Head and worked for David Hasselhoff but yeah, it's gonna blow some people's minds. It's a rebirth.
A rebirth. And like kind of less is more in a sense, like how you're getting all your clothes right now and trying to clean out your life there. It's a new thing for Hatebreed too, and starting fresh, and maybe like not downsizing shit, but not, like you said, lights and all that shit. Kind of back to the basics, or like the raw.
The sound is really really raw.
Okay.
The sound is it really reminds me.
So you already recorded new Hatebreed songs.
So many.
Okay.
Like, yeah. But basically, I reached out to Chad. I reached out to Steve Evans. I reached out to Chad. Shout out to Chad Ball.
Shout out to Chad, man. Going through it right now, but so fucking positive, man. It really is fighting, man, you know?
Yeah. And who knows? There might still be time between now and when I leave in June. There might still be time to go to Nashville, track some stuff with him. But there's other people that
track guitars with him?
No, track vocals.
Okay.
And track.
He's great with that shit, man.
He's great with vocals.
Fucking great melodies, all that shit, dude.
Look, I love the same phrasings, and I love certain cadences. Like, that's one of my favorite thing about Slayer. Like, I don't care if Tom does the same cadence in 10 songs. You know, here in 1994, violence is what we adore. You know, that like that, all that shit. You know, like he's got.
It works.
Like I always say, Tom Araya is my favorite rapper on the podcast, and people get mad. People are like,
put some beats underneath it, it'd be sick. Remix some shit. Yeah.
Think about his flow on some of those songs, especially like God Hates Us All.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Do you rhyme most of your words too when you write?
I do.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. But on this record, I'll rhyme like the first with the fourth line, or I'll rhyme like the second with the sixth line, or I won't rhyme at all. But getting out of that thinking of, because it gets harder as you go when you have 9, 10, 11 albums or whatever, it gets harder because it's okay to rip yourself off, but you also want to challenge the way you write. So I was writing these lyrics, like I had like 20 songs of lyrics. I was so inspired, and I would be like, oh my God, these fit better over here on this song.
Yeah.
Instead of what I normally do, which is I would write the lyric and I would sing the cadence and then I would write the riff under it to complement. Like our biggest song is Looking Down the Barrel of Today. Because I told Zeus, I said, I got to fit the riff to the words. And I told him the words. I was watching.
So you're playing guitar too, writing riffs?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. I was watching, if anybody knows Jens Pulver, he's an old UFC fighter. I was watching an interview with him. And it was this terrible story about his father like abused him and was a drunk and his father was going to shoot him one night. And he goes, he decided not to, thank God. But he basically said, you're not even worth the bullets.
Damn.
And it hit me and I was like, oh my God. So then I started like rapping the words to myself and I'm trying to figure out and I knew it was going to piss off the gun enthusiasts because a shotgun has shells. It doesn't, but it's a projectile. Anything is a bullet, right?
Yeah.
Like we're talking semantics. I know this will piss off gun enthusiasts, but it's just sounded better if I said once had a shotgun to my head. They said I wasn't worth the bullets. It just sounded better. It just flowed better.
Yeah.
And so I was telling it to Zeus, and I was like, "This is how I'm thinking the song's gonna be, but I have to put the right riff underneath it. Like it's gotta be a hitter. Like it's gotta be a banger." And I was telling him, he's like, "Yo, that's dope. Yeah." And so we're fucking with a riff, and then Wayne came into the studio and he goes, "What's that?" We're just passing through the demos. He goes, "What's that? What's that?" And then he came back again another time. He goes, "Where's that other one? Like, why aren't you working on that?" And I was like, "Yo, it takes time. Like, it's not like one of these, you hear these artists that are like, I wrote this in 4 minutes. I wrote this. And this thing's got, like, this thing is up there. Like, someone told me the other day, it has more streams on Spotify than Roots.
Oh, shit. Wow.
And Roots to me is like, it's like an all-time banger, like a classic metal song, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there, and then I'm fucking with a riff, and the riff clicked with the once had a shotgun to my head. They said I wasn't worth the bullets, and I was like, that's it. And when you get that piece of the puzzle, you're just always chasing that.
Yeah.
So even though that's a later song, I got that. With the early days of Satisfaction, it's just that because I had no songs under my belt, a lot of people were like, meh, they didn't believe it. But I knew.
Yeah. So you're sitting in 5 years of songs right now, like new Hatebreed songs.
Oh, yeah. And pieces. Like, I'll go in and I'll say to Zeus or I'll say to Nikki, yo, I came up with this chorus on the Megadeth tour. Or I came up with this verse and a chorus on the show in the back of the bus, and I hummed it in my phone. And then we go back into the voice file. We get the date from that tour.
Wow. Dude.
We listen to it. Then I transcribe it as best as I can because I'm not the greatest guitar player. And then, Nikki or Zeus will help me with it. And dude, there's some on this that I'm like, damn. If I'll be happy if it even gets to like a Live for This or This Is Now or I Will Be Heard, because those are, those are staples in the set. But some of these feel like they're in between a Destroy Everything and a Looking Down the Barrel. Like they could even surpass it. I don't want to jinx it though.
Yeah. But so this is everybody on the album that's coming out with Chris be on that? Is it different?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll be able to talk more about it soon.
Yeah.
But man, Matt and Wayne, we've been in the studio just working it. Matt's on fire. This is the most inspired he's ever been. This is the most like, dude, when people hear the drumming, this is probably the best drumming.
So you're happy with how long it took and all that stuff. You're not worried about the time. 5 years, who cares, right?
And because I don't know if you saw, but I said in passing, like I don't know if people are gonna pick this up, and you never know. Like this shit's not planned. Like what people grab from the media, whatever.
Yeah.
I said in passing, we're free agents.
Yeah.
And we're still talking to every label there is.
Yeah. What was the last label you're on? What was it?
Nuclear, I have to say it correctly because the pronunciation police get on me about this. Nuclear Blast.
Okay.
That's, how do you say it?
Nuclear Blast.
Okay, you say it right. So I'm like, Nuclear Blast.
So that was the last record was on that. Damn, okay.
Yeah.
So you have no label.
Yet.
Do you manage the band too? You have a manager?
I have a manager.
Okay. You seem like a guy that's so hands-on that you kind of make it hard for managers because I was like that too. Like I'm always in the mix. it's your baby, so it's like you always want to be in the mix, and you're good with business, so you know what you want for the band, right? So you're kind of like, is it hard to let a manager manage you?
Well, here's the thing: if you're out there submitted for, say, like the big tours,
yeah,
and you're potentially gonna take a hit, like right now, it's very hard to tour. I think it's all just about cost benefit analysis, and a lot of it is like what you think the attendance will be.
Yeah.
And if you can make it work and make it work with everybody on the crew and just keep at a level that you want to keep it out, but that takes work, like, especially when you go to Europe over the summer and you're doing the festivals and you're doing like what we've done that I think, and in part is it's not me or the agent or the manager. It's everybody. It's a collective of people taking a collective bet on ourselves and going, okay, we're going to go headline in between these festivals when they tell you not to headline, and we're going to take door deals. We're going to bet on ourselves. And so right now, some of these shows, like where I'll give you one, for instance, and this was amazing. We played in Austria the Monday following Nova Rock.
Okay.
And sold it out on a Monday, like over 1,200 people.
How far from that festival?
I don't know. Someone could do the mileage, but I would say within a couple hours.
Yeah.
That's sick. And everybody said, do not do this. But we bet on ourselves.
Yeah.
And luckily in that moment, we were right.
Yeah.
And so you just want to try to continue to make, it's not about being managed or being booked or being molded by any sort of outside forces. It's really kind of just about making educated guesses.
Yeah.
In the places where, you've built something. You've played these places
totally.
where you just have a great connection.
Yeah. And just know your worth too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's why if you're listening to this and you have a band that's coming through and and say you're in like Green Bay or you're in Adelaide or you're in Perth or you're in even like Memphis or Little Rock, if a band is coming through that you want to see, you got to make sure you go see them because it could be your last time.
Yeah.
And
it's true.
And I really mean that. I can't stress that enough. I could tell you, and you, I'm sure you have stories like I kick myself. Like, why didn't I go see Slayer and Pantera on Extreme Steel? I was ready. I was in the car. I don't know. I think we might have even flyered outside, and then we're just like we didn't go in because we figured, we'll see Slayer and Pantera again.
Damn, dude.
Right. I didn't go see Rush. I didn't go see
Rush is sick.
And then we'll be able to see Rush again. No, Neil's gone. Yeah. Like what one did you miss?
Damn. With a missing person that's not in the band no more. I saw Beastie Boys, thankfully. Damn, I mean, I could have saw probably like another DC band that I got to see Embrace, which was sick, like one of their shows. I don't know, probably like I don't know.
Was there anybody you skipped though, and now you don't have the opportunity?
Let me think about this real quick. Not to see. Yeah, Prince. Yeah, I skipped Prince.
Oh my God,
100%.
He's another one. I did too.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah, Prince. Yeah, that'd be fucking amazing, dude.
So now I'm like,
Tom Petty also.
Oh,
Tom Petty also, man. I came to love him way later in life, and like I wish I saw Tom Petty, man. Incredible.
Are you weary? Like, are you self-editing a lot on the podcast? Like, are you weary about saying certain stories because you don't know? Because Tom Petty, we played Red Rocks with Slayer right after he was there, and just local crew. I saw the photos, and I had heard.
Yeah.
I heard he was wilding out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and I thought then, and this is going back. I mean, George Drakoulias was there at the show with American, and so we were like, man, maybe we'll sign to American. And I was, what's the line, right? Where they rhyme his name? I think it's
Tom Petty?
No, they rhymed Drakoulias in a song.
I didn't know that.
I think so, but it was. I remember that show in particular because I think by that point they were all in on System of a Down, and they were signing System of a Down.
Okay.
You know, and which was a great signing. And they were like, we played the whiskey and those dudes gave us a tape.
Really?
Yeah.
System of a Down?
Yeah.
Wow. Another back killing it too right now.
Yeah.
Inside Out's another one. Wish I saw Inside Out.
Oh, you skipped Inside Out?
Yeah, they played, there was one of the many shows on the East Coast. Yeah, Inside Out would have been sick.
But you know, I don't want to, you're just talking to local crew. But yeah, they were talking about Tom, and he was wilding out.
Yeah.
And I did think, man, do I need to go see Tom Petty before?
Okay, yeah.
And I didn't.
Mm.
And of course, it was much later.
Also, Sinead O'Connor, I would love to see too, man.
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Sinead was right. I think I got to make Sinead was right shirts.
Bro, we're with Sinead right now. Dude,
Yeah.
like, she was right about the Pope. Everything she talked about, she got canceled before cancel culture, before the internet. And then everything came true after that. Nobody brought her back. They fucking shunned her. And she ended up having a kind of rough end years. Her son killed himself. She was fucking living in a hotel in New Jersey.
Horrible.
It's so fucking, the documentary is so, you seen the documentary?
No, I can't.
Dude, and just like, everything about the Catholic Church, everything she talked about, all fucking came out.
Yeah.
And then wearing the Public Enemy logo on her head when they didn't have like hip hop as like a category on the Grammys. She was so fucking punk, dude.
I know.
She was so fucking punk, man.
That's a really tough one. I felt like once she converted to Islam,
that was later too. Yeah,
I felt like we didn't hear anything about it. Like I felt like there was nothing.
I didn't either. Yeah.
And that made me go, why is that? Like that kind of raised the spidey senses of like, what was that about? And then I always thought, I'm going to go look this up and see what she has to say about that and see what that's all about. And I never did.
Mm-hmm. I think she was probably trying to find her place because she wasn't in the spotlight no more. She had been shunned and she was on the spiritual journey and she was so fucking punk. If you watch the doc, like she shaved her head. She didn't want to be pretty no more. She didn't want to be a pop star. Just everything about her is just so fucking punk, man. She doesn't get the credit she deserves. And the documentary is beautiful, dude. It's so fucking good, man.
Her words always rang true with me because of what she said about the music industry.
Yeah, dude.
And I experienced it recently with two people who I thought were like friends or colleagues or whatever, but friendly, you know, acquaintances within the music. And then the true colors came, and I thought of Sinead. And it's you know, and these guys, they're just snakes, and you would think that you'd have a better way of seeing that, you know, seeing them in your own grass when they're there, because they always say they're in your own grass.
Yeah.
But because I had only kind of worked with them here and there throughout the years, and even though I heard things from other people like, yo, watch
you still
out.
give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Try to see the good in people.
And she was one that was always warning other artists. And I really appreciated that about her, because we all know these guys. And I've had some of these guys on the podcast that are like, well, hey, I had to get fucked over. So do you. I had to get burned in a bad contract. Why do I got to teach you? I've had those guys on the show that are very open like that. And I'm like, no, I want these kids to not do like me and sign away half your publishing or give parts of publishing to people that don't deserve it. And, you know, or whatever, or do deals where you go, well, where the fuck is, like, you read the accounting and you're like, what the fuck? Why are we paying for this? Like, what?
Yeah.
They're paying you with your own money, shit like that.
Going on the tour buses, at the tour support, recouping.
Oh my God.
Cross collateral, just all that shit, dude.
Yeah. So she was out there, you know, talking about
She
that
was, man.
a lot. And so was Prince.
Prince was too. But they you know, I don't know, man. He never got really canceled, but they really fucking canceled her. I mean, just the Pope shit was the most punkish shit ever. You really think about it, and now ripping it up on national television, dude.
Yeah, and she was right.
I know.
And they still.
It's just now with the cancel culture shit, the allegations come up, the person gets canceled, then we don't hear this. We don't hear the other part where allegations were dropped, they weren't true, they went to court, they fought it, they beat it, then that person's kind of canceled, kind of lingering, and nobody wants to hear the other part where it wasn't even fucking true. I hate that shit.
Right. Well, Prince is a really weird one because he was actively out there saying this is fucked up in the
Totally.
industry.
Changed his fucking name, everything.
Yes,
dude.
to get out of the contract.
So
I mean,
sick.
gangster.
I know.
And I really did think at the time, and Michael Jackson, you could look into that one too. That's a real weird one too. I did think at the time, like, wow, is this dude gonna have to have like round the clock security? Because like, these are gangsters. These are like, I mean, these are people that you don't really want to go against.
The ones Prince we're talking about, you mean? Yeah.
And Sinead, and
yeah.
I mean,
way more powerful than them.
and they're connected to politicians, and you don't realize that this is real life. We're all one bad decision away from a bad interaction or a bad situation. And, and they were, and I looked at it as like, man, they're trying to warn us.
Yeah.
But
give us the signs. Yeah.
But again,
every talk show Prince would talk about it too.
Yes.
It's crazy, dude. Breaking down the industry and all that stuff.
And I thought,
CDs
okay, he must have a plan. And then I found out he had like vaults of records. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to build my catalog because these records, and thank God for the fans, man. Thank God for the people on my Patreon and the contributors to all these records, because we couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
If I had, dude, I went to every label with that D. Snyder record. Thank God Napalm believed in it. Napalm Records, shout out to Napalm Thomas. Everybody passed on that. D. Snyder, who cares? He did a Broadway album. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. You're not seeing a lane where there's a lane.
Yeah.
Same with Ripper. Everybody passed on it. So then we just did it ourselves. And now we're going to do a full length, hopefully, knock on wood. I just saw Ripper in Australia. So the fact that it's the power's getting back into the hands of the artists.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't know if we'll ever get those fingers out of the pie. They're always there, right? Like even if you go, oh yeah, I'm on TuneCore or I'm on DistroKid.
Yeah.
Then you find out who owns those companies and you go,
yeah,
damn, they're still getting their cut any fucking way.
It's true, man.
So it would be great to see it go to peer-to-peer where we could actually just get it to the fan without any middleman who doesn't deserve. I'm all for the middle people that deserve. Like I have a distribution. Like we have Jake from Converge helping us.
That's cool.
And Christine and Trey and everybody at Deathwish, they're so great and they're amazing. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that get to just silently make money off of our blood, sweat, and tears without putting in any work, and who didn't even have any belief in it to begin with.
Facts. So true. Yeah.
But yeah, that's
it's part of the business too. It sucks, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to get around stuff like that too, unless you really, I don't know.
And I don't know how it works with Kickstarter, but again, I'm happy to hear all the feedback from your listeners.
Yeah,
hit me up, jastashow@gmail.com. And I think I have to talk to Drew or talk to some more filmmakers like Ian. I forget what the budget was or what he actually spent on the AF documentary.
Incredible documentary, dude.
It's incredible. And I know he worked his ass off and traveled and put a lot of money and a lot of heart and soul into it. But if we could even come even slightly close to that type of quality,
it's great, dude.
Maybe the numbers, I don't know, maybe the numbers somewhere in between 50 to 100,000. I think we'll probably set the Kickstarter at like 50 to start, and then maybe raise the goal. Especially if like we gotta get Glenn, like we gotta fly to Florida or fly to one of his dates or try to drive to one of his dates. We're gonna try to keep the budget realistic, and I'm good with cutting corners and stuff like that. But it's
exciting, man. It's cool. You get to do this, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I know. Like,
when was the first time you played Milwaukee Fest Hatebreed?
It was, I think, 98, and it was similar experience to what you had. Because were you on the new Titans on the Block?
91, yeah.
New Titans on the Block tour stopped at Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Crazy, dude. Yeah.
So Sacred Reich, Napalm, Sepultura, sick of it all.
Yeah.
Sick of it all.
Such a crazy package, dude.
What a banger.
Yeah, I
got Sacred Reich on this year.
You do?
Yeah.
Love them. They had a great record too. The recent record did really well, man. Stoked for them as well.
Yes,
man.
they're another one that's
love Phil,
it.
dude. Super posy.
How's Barney doing? Because he was so cranky when I got him at Metal Fest. He didn't want to.
How long ago was that?
2023.
Bro, he's like so skinny, all muscular. Rides his bike every fucking day. Rides his bike on tour. Doesn't eat sugar or fucking oil. He's on tour now for 6 weeks in the U.S.
Oh my god.
Doesn't like do like certain seed oils. Is sugar free. Had suspenders on, like mad. He looks so young, bro. He's like aging backwards. I'll show you a picture. Yeah, he was walking down the street. I was like, holy shit, I couldn't recognize him.
Dude, one night it was crazy in Pittsburgh. They were on tour with us, and we were in Pittsburgh, and he said, God is a myth. And then he fell off the stage like 1 second later. And I was like, there is a God. I was like, yo. I was like,
serious?
It was so crazy. I was like, yo, instantly humbled by God.
No way, dude.
Yeah, because I was like, damn, like this is all an accident.
Are you
Like,
a religious person?
I'm not religious, but I'm like, Stella, I'm looking at Stella right now, and I'm like, yeah, this is just an accident of biology. This is an accident. No, there's a God, there's a higher power made Stella. Like,
For sure, higher power.
Dude, there was twins on my flight over here, and the dad was working it. They were the best behaved twins.
That's amazing, dude.
He had them side by side. They were newborns. And I got up to use the bathroom, and one of them opened its eyes and was looking at me. And I was like, and we were in this crazy bit of turbulence over Colorado. And the baby was looking at me, and I had no fear. And I was like, it's just bumps in the road. I was telling myself that on the flight, it's just bumps in the road. And I was like, and I looked at that baby, and I knew, and there was twins. The one was sleeping and one was awake. And I knew they got plans. They got a life to live, and this plane ain't going down.
Yeah.
And it was real to me in that moment. And I thought,
it's beautiful. That's crazy.
This is not an accident. This is not some big bang. I'm sorry, Barney.
Yeah. It's beautiful though, right? The babies. Yeah.
Like when you were holding Max and you're looking at the little eyelashes and the fingernails. Like, oh yeah, this is a fucking accident of biology. Yeah. Okay, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy. You love being a parent? Obviously.
Oh my God. It's
Is your daughter into your music, or like what's she into?
She likes, she told me about a band, a good band, hard band. She likes some hard stuff. She likes Turnstile. She went to Blink. Shout out to Sully, hooked her up at Blink. She told me about Never Ending Game.
I heard that name. Yeah.
Good band. Yeah. She told me about them. She told me about another band too.
That's cool.
100 Gex or 1,000 Gex.
Oh,
They're like crazy. It sounds like Prodigy meets, I don't know, 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was kind of hard.
It's cool when your kids are turning on to your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she went to the show. She was like, Dad, I was in the pit. She went to the show in Brooklyn.
Like I like Slipknot now because of my son. Fit for an Autopsy, Tsunami. He turns me into all this harder
Tsunami.
stuff.
We played with them in Australia on the Knot Fest, and they were hard. Like
I
was telling Wayne, I'm like, yo, there was one part I was like, yo, this could be like Bulldoze. Like it sounded like
that's what they love.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Very these bands, these beat down bands, they love that stuff, dude. E-Town Concrete,
R.I.P. Big Kev.
Yeah, dude. Marauder is like one of the most talked about record. That record's crazy.
He used to drive up to the office patched up. Like he used to drive up and drop the CDs off. We would distribute his label.
He's legit
back
human,
in the day.
Yeah. Wow, dude. It's crazy how far we've just come being musicians and doing what we do and being dads and being in the scene. It's fucking crazy. 30 years, man.
It's wild.
You guys started in 94?
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
30 years playing this music, dude.
Playing backyards, playing skate ramps. I know, isn't that wild?
It's fucking nuts, dude.
And that's why you gotta just knock on wood. Every flight makes it. Every flight lands, and just be in the moment, appreciate it while it lasts. Because there's no retirement to this. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's like, you ever think about that stuff or no?
Yeah, no. Everybody that
you do a lot of things. One thing about you I always love. You always weren't just only doing Hatebreed. You always had other different things you were doing, different hustles, different passions, and I love that. Like not putting all your eggs in one basket. Even though the one basket was doing really well and still does, you have other things that keep you creative. That if a pandemic did happen or there's something happen, you are still doing something creative. I always respect that. I admire that about you.
I appreciate that, and look, no disrespect at all to any of the bands that I grew up listening to because I love them still to this day, and I've pretty much been able to either help them or work with them or sing on a record or take them on tour.
Absolutely.
But there were some that, and shout out to Ken Creedy, shout out to John Finberg, like even whatever you want to say about Finberg, I've had my beefs with Finberg too, but they were smart back then, and they would say to me, they would tell me like, okay, look, this band is never going, like they're never doing another record. They can barely draw 50 people or this, and this is why. And you have to learn to avoid those same pitfalls. Like I think anybody who's ever had any success, you're just copying other people who had a successful strategy. It's not going to work in every case.
Yeah.
But like first and foremost, you saw, okay, the egos, the drugs, the alcohol, that was the demise of many.
Yeah.
Then you saw change the sound even a little bit, you could lose half or all your fan base.
Facts.
Things like that. So, and then you saw bands that didn't even change their sound and they still lost their entire fan base.
Yeah.
And you're like, why? Well, because the label shelved the record or purposely fucked them over or fucked them on the marketing budget.
Yeah.
Like, look at Anthrax. That was one that was crazy to me when the label folded. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then Elektra didn't even really promote the record after Only. Like, you have this huge hit with Only, and Scott's been on it, honest, and has talked about it. And Sylvia, when I did those, and no disrespect to Sylvia, I just was like, you're a suit. You're running. You got Motley Crue and all these other bands that you're worrying about, and you got all these hip hop and R&B artists. So when my old manager was like, yeah, we're gonna bring Motor Grader and Sworn Enemy into Elektra, I was like, well, that's cool that for them to be on Elektra, but I was like, they don't know what to do with their shit.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And hopefully, I don't know if Sworn Enemy ever got the record back from Elektra, but it was a hard thing to go, yeah, we got Sworn Enemy on Elektra, and
that's crazy.
That was bonkers. But also, I think, you know, in working with those guys, like, and the old school promoters, you know, John Reagan, and shout out to all those guys who gave us a chance. Teddy Etol's another one. Shout out, I mean, Anthony Trance, rest in peace. I mean, we used to go play in Newark.
Oh yeah.
And
Pipeline?
Yeah.
Fast lanes, whatever. Yeah.
A lot, Stan Levinstone, obviously Rich Hall, rest in peace. So many, Tyler, shout out to Tyler.
Charlie King?
Yeah, learned a lot. Like, he was another one who gave us good advice and said things. It was funny too, because he would be like, look at sheer terror, like, no offense, like, don't do what they did. And you go, and it's no disrespect to them, because I love them. I just saw them in Europe, and I was like, this is so heavy and so great. And,
yeah, great.
And I was hanging with Paul backstage.
Paul kills it, dude.
But you know, they were one that they took a risk and changed the sound and did what they wanted to do, and I respect them for that.
Who, sheer terror?
Yeah, it was the fans that didn't go with it, and that's you know, the fans, because
which album was that? I love that album.
Songs for the
I
Unloved.
Love that shit though.
I'm sure people love it
God,
now.
It was so good, yeah.
I'm sure people love it now, but then it was so different, right? Because I think
it's so crazy looking back. Like it meant so, it bothered people so much back then. Now probably people love that shit. Nobody cares anymore.
Well, they were ahead of their time.
Totally.
Because I think had they gotten on some of those maybe bigger ska tours or a Social D tour or a Rancid tour, maybe they could have ingratiated themselves with another audience. But
Gnostic Front or something,
But their audience was dudes wearing 2XL who were probably going to get a face tattoo any minute now, who wanted to hear, you know, smoking and drinking. They want to hear that fucking grimy, hard New York hardcore. Just can't hate enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And that dude spoke to them, and then all of a sudden it was like they felt, oh, he's not speaking to us anymore. He's trying to go speak to somebody else, and they were mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, you live and you learn, and you just try to apply.
But it's always just staying true to yourself the whole time throughout this whole. You've always been the same person you've always been, dude.
Well, I just want to hear what I want to hear, and I feel like anytime I make that decision of like what I like, it just works good. And I know other people have said that. Rick Rubin being one of them, he's like, talk about fake it till you make it. I mean, I love that he's just out there now going, oh yeah, I have no musical talent or knowledge. I don't play an instrument or whatever.
It's crazy.
And then you hear the bands going, oh yeah, he laid on the couch for like 30 minutes and got paid $200,000 or whatever it was. And I'm like, bro, manifested
it's kind
the
of crazy,
highest
dude.
level.
Damn.
And owns the masters to all these records and
Beasties.
And I don't even know if I'm for or against it. I'm just in awe of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think if you ask me on one day, I might be like, yo, that's whack. And then on another day, I might be like, it's genius. I don't even know. All I know is that I don't know.
Yeah.
And right. And I'm just today, I'm here with you.
Yep.
And you know, you were one of those guys that you came, you did the show, you played on the skate ramp, you didn't bust my balls about not having lights, not having a great PA. The crowd loved it. And the crowd now wants that.
Yeah.
They want the lights on.
In the room, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
big again.
Yeah.
We got mercilessly mocked, and bands packed up and left. And
Because
didn't
the lights on?
people.
Wow.
But think about that. That's all we had. We didn't have a pot to piss in.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
How nuts is that? Now people prefer that.
Plain-
We did it out of, we had nothing else.
you can dim the lights down or anything. Yeah. Dude, that's fucking crazy, dude. Came a long way, man.
You did too, man.
Do you have any,
Thank you for doing the podcast.
Of course. Do you have any regrets in your life or no?
Touring too much. I used to say I have no regrets, but I was saying that in like that 14 to 18 age where they don't want to hang out with you and you're not cool anymore. Like 12 to 14 when you go to Fall Out Boy and they go into the Smash Your Enemies riff, or you go and then you're cool, or you get a shout out, you know. But then when they really need you and you're gone, that's not good.
Mm.
That's one thing
being part of your daughter's life, you mean being around? Yeah.
Yeah. And the rest of my family too. It's not just her, because even now,
and
like,
Jamey, yeah,
and my mom, and you know, even now, like with my dad and my stepmom, I'm like, because my tour coming up, it's gonna be a grind, but it's gonna be worth it, because you gotta. I think about this. When will I get to play stadiums again with Slayer? When will I get to play direct support on some of these huge festivals, or third from the top on some of them,
man,
or fourth from the top? Like, I don't know when I'll have another opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
And then I feel like when we go and we throw it down and we put it down, then the door opens again.
Totally. Does your daughter come out to see you on shows? Yeah.
They're homebodies. But
Okay.
I've been telling them, look, this is their summer. You got to get your passport. You got to just, because my dad's living in Ireland and we want to go.
He is?
visit.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's going to be 80. So it's a big one this year that we got to celebrate it.
How long has he been in Ireland for?
Dude, 48. I'm not going to be 49. How amazing is that?
How long has your dad been in Ireland for?
He's been for years. He's had a crib over there. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. What part? Do you know what part he's in?
He's in County Kerry.
Okay. That's so cool.
And that's another thing. I regret not trying to figure out if I had a connection with it. Excuse me. Him and my stepmom, they always had a connection. It was like it was calling them. And they just knew. And I would go there and I would be like, all right, it's cool, but I'm not like one of these, like there's a clip of Bill Maher recently. He's like, I got off and I was crying when I landed.
I saw that.
I'm like, Bill Maher's Irish? Who fucking knew? I was like, this is crazy. Like I wasn't like that.
You know, that connection like that. Yeah.
But now you got to be open to it.
Totally.
You can't be a stick in the mud.
Yeah. Now when you go there, you feel something.
No, now I'm open to whatever.
Yeah.
All I know is that I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my new thing. Is like, I don't know. That's why I don't comment on a lot of this stuff, because it's all an ever evolving, moving, changing situation.
Yeah.
And I feel like the people that are just so locked in to one thing are losing like the ability.
Missing so much in life.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah. Just go out there, be open. Your dad's out there, he loves it. You know, it's
dude,
so cool.
He's swimming in the ice cold ocean
that's
every
sick.
day.
It's like ice plunging.
Yes, every day.
Damn.
And he goes out far.
And what about your mom? She's good, healthy?
My mom's good. Yeah, she's good. And I see my mom more than ever now. She's coming over. Like, they got so many animals. We got strays. We got, all this. So my mom comes over, and my mom's like, she's like a whisperer with like
the animals.
They love her. Yeah, so
it's your wife, it's your lady and your daughter living together. It's cool, man.
Yeah. And it's turning into a little compound.
Yeah.
So you'll have to come and stay and check it out.
I'm playing Connecticut in a couple weeks for Bouncing Souls.
What day?
New Haven playing. I'll find out the date.
It's like
May.
I hope I'm around.
It's May 1st.
May 1st?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might. If I'm not in Milwaukee doing production meetings, I might be around. You'll have to come and do the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, because I have a new setup too. You got to see it.
Yeah, we're coming there from like Albany or something like that. What about, are you an optimist or pessimist?
Lately, I've been really optimistic, surprisingly, because I went into this record going, this is my heel turn record. I'm going to go full negative. I'm going to go like total, what do they say when you're like when you think everything is fucked and it's and you're like basically like a nihilist. What is it? Black pill?
I don't know.
I forget what it's called, but maybe it's black pill, but I was like, am I going to go full black pill? Like nihilism. But then I would try to fit those words in and it wouldn't work.
You're forcing it.
Yes.
Because that's not how you really feel. Yeah.
Right. And then I would make the metaphor. I would change the metaphor. Like we have one song. It was like basically like humanity is just destined to be at war with each other. And then the metaphor came out in the middle of it where it was like, no, we're just destined to be at war with ourselves. And so someone might read it as like, yo, he's fucking going dark on this one. But it's not. There's a twist in there that you'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do
You've always seemed like a happy person though. You're always smiling. You're always got a lot of great energy, and like I've never seen you like down and just, I don't know.
Well, I go through those points.
Sure, you're human, yeah.
But I have to, again, just if I'm in like today, like I was stressing, I was texting you because I got to put the address in. I got to know how far it is from the hotel. I got to go to Garza's after this. Then I got to go to the party, and I don't have a handler. I'm not going.
I know.
And it's so how do I get out of that constant state of paranoia? Like I don't want to be late, and then Toby's going to be mad at me.
You're totally on time.
I felt bad about having to do this so early.
This is the earliest podcast I've ever done, but it's fucking awesome. So happy we're doing this, dude.
I'm a big believer in the early podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
I just feel like some of my best episodes are before noon. I don't know why.
That's cool.
The worst ones are after 5 p.m.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
Okay.
Because then this fucking sun's down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't, it's too late. My wife's home, but so you're an optimist. You're pretty positive person. You're in a good place in your life. You feel healthy. You feel happy. Your family, everybody's good.
Yeah. And I love the fact that all these podcasts are out there thriving. It's so good for me because it makes me feel like I can take a back seat for a little while and then come on your show.
Yeah, dude.
And then if I got a couple bangers in the can, I'll get a bunch of new listeners from this. Like I feel like it's same goes for
all helping
music.
each other, man. Everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to D Block. I gotta say, just from the bottom of my heart, like what an amazing run and the shit that and shout out to Paulo, shout out to Andreas. And I love both camps. Like that was one of the hardest divorces I ever had to witness and be a big part of because we did both like back to back.
I think Hatebreed did the first tour Derek was on or something.
Yes.
Yeah, he told me about that. Yeah.
And then we did Soulfly.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. It might have been the other way around. But so being in the middle of that and then for decades seeing, the whole, it's no Sepultura without.
I know.
And I've had to deal with that.
Yeah.
There's no Hatebreed without Lou. There's no Hatebreed without Sean. And I get it. I totally get it. And that I would rather have fans that care than be indifferent. And so I always looked at it as like, well, we got like 3, 4, 5 amazing bands out of it.
Yeah.
But with that last record, with like Isolation, like that was a big inspiration for me, bro.
The last Sepultura one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love the Cavalieros, and I don't blame them for doing the re-records. I know some of the fans are split. I've always been a champion of the re-records. I want to do re-records.
Yeah.
I loved people hated that Suicidal re-record.
I remember Sick of It All doing one too back then.
Yep.
That was
cool. Loved it.
Yeah.
Warzone. Oh my God. I love
Which one did they do?
Warzone did a bunch. It might have been piecemeal, like recordings of different songs, but basically Victory Years.
Yeah.
There were songs that were re-recorded.
Okay. I didn't know that.
But yeah, so I just want to shout out Derek because I've been thinking about him a lot because the way that he's handled it is commendable.
Yeah.
And is the right way.
Yeah.
Because think about, they wouldn't have ever had Isolation or they wouldn't have had this career all over the world if they read into what the fans were saying.
Totally. Or the haters were saying, whoever was saying.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Because it wasn't real. When you went to the show, it wasn't.
Bro, they're killing it, man. Right now. And it's like some people only got into Sepultura as him being the singer. It's all different chapters, and they go back and check out the older things. It's like it all helps each other, man. I don't know. It's the same thing when Matt Skiba joined Blink-182, and they made their 2 big records that charted on Billboard, and then kept the name going. I talked on the pod with them about it, and then Tom came back in, and now fucking Blink's taking Trio on tour. I think it's beautiful, dude.
It's amazing.
I love that shit, dude.
Yeah, and hopefully, who knows? Maybe we'll see some sort of like Best of Both Worlds tour down the line,
Yeah.
or whatever. But even if we don't, I just want to give Derek a shout out, and
That's cool.
And I think that I look at Derek and I go, it inspires me because I go, that guy still got his biggest song in him.
For sure.
Like it's not like we haven't even heard it yet, and that's the beauty of music. Like,
and guess what? They just recorded some songs that are coming out with Grayson. Maybe I'll cut that off the pod, but yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but also think about Creator. Think about Napalm. Think about Testament. Think about Exodus. Think about even us. People told us our 15 minutes of fame was over at Satisfaction.
Damn.
People said we'd never top Destroy Everything, never top I Will Be Heard. Then you get a song that does 4 times.
I think people thought that about us after the Go record. Then we came out with Nothing to Prove, and that became our biggest album.
Right.
8 years later, dude.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. So it's,
you never know. Don't ever like fucking, I forgot what the word's like. Don't ever like, not cut them off or like, I don't know, give them the benefit of the doubt or, I don't know.
What is the coach? It was like Lombardi or one of those coaches was like, if you listen to him too much, you end up sitting with him.
Really?
Yeah. And it was like based on sports. Like, yeah, if you, because you could cut this player, all of a sudden you lose your job, or you don't play this player and you lose your job. And I always thought about that. Like, yeah, you want to take a certain amount of criticism, but only if it's constructive from someone you respect.
Totally.
Who's also been in the arena.
Yeah.
Like, what's that?
I think about Descendants coming back too with Everything Sucks after like almost 20 years. That was their biggest, best record.
Oh my God.
Everything Sucks. Dude.
Is that the one that coffee mug is on?
A copy mug. Yeah. Mug, yeah.
So I was.
You like Descendants too?
No, I was never a fan.
Wow.
And I never, it never clicked with me. I always tried. I would go back because I thought there was something wrong with me. And it really bummed me out because I would see the stickers on the cars and the girls liked them. Like if we all knew a girl who was like the girl that you would marry in a heartbeat, and they like Descendants. Mm-hmm. It's like if you like, that's a girl you could marry if she liked Descendants.
Yeah.
And then I would go, but I don't like it. And I would go, I'm broken. There's something wrong with me. And then I heard Coffee Mug, and I was like, this is one of the greatest pieces of music ever recorded.
Yeah.
And then we just opened for them. We played right before them in Switzerland.
No way.
And it was one of the greatest fucking shows.
Damn.
It was so good, and they ripped it, and it was raining, and it was muddy, and the audience was just on fire. It was so sick.
They kill it, dude.
They kill it, bro. The merch line, I mean, it was sick.
Are you a coffee person?
Yes, and I gotta dial it back because you could tell I already had like. So what's that? That's kombucha.
No, this is ginseng.
So I had 2 of those cold brews before I got here.
This is ginseng. Yeah, Ginsa. It's Adam Blake's wife's
you
company.
can't have any caffeine.
No,
right?
no. You gotta roll soon.
Garza's gonna kill me.
Yeah. How many coffees a day you have?
2 of the cold brews before I got here.
Oh shit! And that's it for the day.
It has to be.
And how do you sleep good at night?
No, not really.
Back home, do you sleep like 7 hours, 8 hours?
7. If I really do the meditation, I drink the magnesium, like all that stuff.
That's right.
I told
me.
you.
Yeah.
Calm drink.
You do all that shit every night?
Yes.
Damn.
I try to.
I can see it's hard for you to shut your brain off and probably stop thinking about things and being creative and just shutting off.
It's channeling them into kind of one lane.
Yeah.
But
what's your average sleep? I got this fucking Oura ring. It's insane, bro. Track all your shit, your heart, your stress, everything.
I need that. Someone told me to get a Whoop.
What's that?
It's a watch, I think, that tracks all that. The Whoop.
This is kind of sick. No, this is so ridiculous, dude. All my friends around, we like track each other's shit. It's pretty sick,
dude.
Your RPMs, your RMs,
send me that.
Your like how fast you fall asleep, how fast your heart's going while you're sleeping, your stress levels during the day, what causes stress.
Send me that,
bro. It's in a good investment. It's really good. So you sleep, you're doing like 7 hours a night, maybe?
Yeah, 6, 7. It's hard for me. Like coming back from Australia, I was smoked for weeks.
Oh yeah. It fucks you up. As you get older, I think the jet lag does too.
Yes, for sure.
Damn.
But now, like, and last time I came out to rehearse the SOD songs, I took the late flight out, slept a little bit, then got to the hotel, slept, got up early, did work. Then I took the red eye back, like left at midnight, slept on the plane like 4 or 5 hours, and then took a nap during the day and kind of reacclimated. But I was cranky, bro, for 2 days. Those 2 days I was a pessimist.
Yeah.
I was
Of course, no
Yeah.
sleep does all.
yeah.
Fuck. Okay, you gotta go. I feel like I could talk to you for hours, man.
You
This
too,
is
man.
So,
So good
fucking
to see
awesome,
you. Thank you for keeping
dude.
the podcast alive and
Oh,
rocking.
yeah,
I love
man.
to see all the
Thank you
the
for inspiring me
posts.
to do this, and like this thing definitely changed my life in such a positive way.
Dude, you're killing it, and I love to see it because we need more of it. Everybody out there, just the more the merrier. Start
yeah.
it.
You gotta stay consistent, man, and keep going, man. I've seen a lot of podcasts drop since I started mine. It's like you really just gotta keep doing it and like really stay focused on it and be good with your sponsors and all that. You taught me about the sponsor stuff.
Dude, you're killing it with the sponsors.
Thank you,
dude,
man.
my dream is to work with Liquid Death. If
Okay,
you
we're
could
gonna
put-
make
if-
something happen.
If you could
here.
put the good word in, that'd be
Do
amazing.
you have a top 5 MCs or rappers at all?
Oh yeah.
What you got? Give it to me.
So
We're gonna do a part 2. for sure.
definitely, I would say definitely Nas.
Sick.
Even if you like go back now and listen, like Made You Look, there was people that go,
Hard, bro.
that's not a hit. They said that's not a hit.
Dude, it's one of the best,
Dude.
dude. And the remix too.
Game
With
over.
Jadakiss. Oh my god. Dude.
So good.
The beat, everything. That's great. Nas, what else you got?
I really have gone back to Cameron's catalog.
Okay.
And Cam,
You're a great podcast.
great podcaster. The podcast is turning on so many people to his music.
It's true, man.
And I love that he will still go and do freestyles
I saw that recently.
and kill it.
Killed it, dude.
Killed
Saw
it.
the other day. Yeah.
So I don't know if he's top 5, but I'm not one of these Biggie Tupac.
Okay.
I definitely think Pun is very underrated and maybe should be higher because especially for the style that he was doing and that whole, like I've done tracks with Fat Joe before and DJ Khaled and some of these dudes, and they I think got that, be a little bit behind the beat type of style from Pun. But just as far as like lyrically and flow, I think really the best out there, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, I think the best ever, like even better than Eminem, I think is R.A., the Rugged Man.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
Damn, nobody's ever said in the pod. That's crazy.
I know it upsets
Is he from
people.
Cali?
No.
Okay.
No, but listen to that Uncommon Valor.
Okay.
Go listen to
Over
that.
Eminem? Damn.
Yes.
But you
And again, it could be said that because he was, and no disrespect to Eminem and his manager, they've done amazing things. But listen, when you're if you don't see wolves in the circus. You ever hear that saying?
No, that's cool though.
Like you see a lion, you see a tiger, you see a bear. These are apex predators, but they can be tamed.
Yeah, it's true. Okay.
You don't see a wolf in the circus.
Yeah.
So a guy like R.A., he just burned every bridge because he's a wolf. He can't be.
Okay.
That was my thinking, and we know a lot of dudes from the hardcore scene like that too. That they were on a trajectory, but you look.
I know.
You know what it's like to be in the circus.
Totally.
You can come out and there's the lion, but you go back in a cage.
Yeah.
The
It's
wolf
a great
doesn't.
analogy, man. Yeah.
The wolf goes into the woods, into the
true.
darkness, and howls at the moon and
Yeah.
shit. You know,
It's a great analogy. Okay, so R.A. is in there.
R.A., Nas,
Pun, maybe.
Pun's
Pun.
in there.
That's 3.
Vinny Paz.
Yes.
See, I'm more
Shout out to Vinny
modern
Paz.
guys, and as far as skill and flow and I mean Necro's up there.
Yeah.
He's really high up there. And again, some people they might be controversial. That might be controversial to them. But he's another one, like could never be tamed by the industry, and people were actively trying
Talking
to,
about Necro?
yeah, like
Yeah.
people were actively trying, I think, thwart his career because he
Yeah.
couldn't be controlled. He's a maverick. He's a, you know what I mean? Like, and he's DIY too.
Totally. Mortal Technique's ill too.
Immortal Technique, I don't know much of him except he to me is like the Gorilla Biscuits of rap, right? Like you just need one album, and that's like, does he have more? I don't even know.
I'm not sure either, man.
Does he
he's
have
really smart and political and all that stuff?
Yeah. So that also I think probably played into why he would never get a push at the majors or on the major, at least definitely not at the radio or right. Because if you're doing anything, especially pro certain situation, right?
Yeah, it's
bro,
true.
it's gonna be tough.
It's true.
We don't have to get into all that.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, he's another one. Amazing talent. The wordplay, the flow,
What about like the Mobb Deeps? Or
Mobb Deep is up in there too.
Gangstar.
I know Vogel loves Gangstar,
too,
Guru.
man.
I never
Best,
really got super into Gangstar.
Wu-Tang, obviously.
Wu-Tang for sure. And I love like that Jizza. That one is like,
it's great, dude.
Liquid Swords is a classic.
Incredible, dude. Fuck. Damn, Jasta, thank you for being
you,
here.
Toby.
You're in episode 40, and now you're going to be like on 340.
Dude.
It's really crazy. You're the one that inspired me to listeners like Jamey sent me this Focusrite, told me to start a podcast, was on me about everything for the past years. Now I'm 6 years deep in this podcast, and I appreciate your support and believing in me to start this in the first place, man.
Dude, my pleasure, and thank you for
It's an honor to have you here in my
dude.
fucking kitchen finally, and
No, you're amplifying all good stuff, man.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And you've made me change, and you've made me change my outlook on so many things. Like, dude, I was the Ian MacKaye hater of all haters.
Mackay. I was with him the other night. He was here doing
I
spoken.
know.
It was great,
And
dude.
now I'm like growing to appreciate everything he's done. I was just in Australia, and they were talking about Drain was there, and they're like, we're going to Tasmania. And before Drain, I think the last band to play like an international band, and I could be wrong, I think it was Fugazi.
Mm-hmm.
So like Trailblazer.
Dude, Ian told a story the other night about going to, Ian went and saw Agnostic Front a couple weeks ago. He told a story about it the other night and how he walked into the show, he's like, I had to pay respects to New York going in there. I saw Stigma on stage, 70 years old. They're playing
Killing
Crucified. I was there with my friend from Iron Cross, wrote that song, Crucified. I go into the venue, they're playing. It was fucking beautiful. He said that in front of a sold out room the other night. I got goosebumps. I called Roger immediately and said, yo. And now
That's amazing.
Today I text Ian and
he was a hater of that scene.
But when
I saw
But
him.
let me tell you what happened. A girl in the crowd asked what you think about current moshing, and he goes, I have no opinion on it. And so he broke it down, and he ended the whole entire Q&A from answering this girl's question about modern day moshing. Now, he has no right to judge anything. If people are feeling a certain way about how the music moves them, that's setting them free, and I support people getting set free. But dude, it was fucking beautiful. It was like a drop the mic at the end. He talked about Agnostic Front. And then today, Roger texted me and said, yo, I need Ian. So I texted Ian this morning. I was like, yo, Roger wants to send you his book. He's like, oh, yeah, fucking psyched for that. Gave me his address. And I text Roger, I can't believe I'm getting Ian's address for you, talking to you two through text. It's like, what is my life? But
dude, that's great.
yeah, Ian's a G, dude. He's like one of the most punk rock humans. You should go to Discord sometime. Fuck, man.
No, and honestly,
I'd love to take you there,
there
bro.
wouldn't be Hatebreed without him throwing me out of the show and saying like,
he'd probably remember that.
yeah, like
I saw Derek Green say to his face, yo, my band opened up for you. He's like, what band? He's like, Outface. I go, I know Outface. And then Derek's like, yo, they promote a Scumbags and you gave us a bunch of money. He goes, yeah, that's what we do. And Derek was so nervous. It was so cute. I was right there. They got a photo together. It was so dope, man. Anyway.
Yeah, so but I get it now. Like after I saw people getting targeted and really like fucked up bullying shit, like I kind of get now where he was coming from with that and why he went in such a different direction.
Because you're older and wiser and open-minded.
Right.
Okay, this is a part 1, everybody. Actually, this is a part 2 because he was on episode 40. Next time he's in there, we're going to do a part 3. I'm going to talk to Jamey about everything else, hip-hop, fucking being a dad, all this shit. Anyway, love you, appreciate you.
Love you, brother. Thank you so much.
We got Milwaukee Metal Fest coming up. We got this guy on tour with all summer. We got him with fucking Slayer this summer, the Savagery 2025 tour. Jasta for All is out right now. Hatebreed's working on some new stuff. Man,
and go to the Patreon, patreon.com/Jasta if you want all the dirt. But hey, listen, what happens on Patreon stays on Patreon. No snitching. And the executive producer tier, they get all the good
I bet
dirt.
it's wild on there, bro.
It's really wild.
Fuck. All right, bro. And then now you're off to SOD practice.
Yep.
Crazy.
I'm late.
All right, peace, everybody. Bye. Gotta give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years. And my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people, And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much, didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryo technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really, really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really, really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refine Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to. They help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through it and going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves, and the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call.